huge savings on special buys, plus a free professional measure now during the Spring Cyber Monday sale. Rules and restrictions apply.
Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 15 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 15-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. This is Hawkeye Baseball. Iowa Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Oak Knoll Retirement Community and by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Hawkeye Baseball is on the air.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from a sun-splashed and warm Duane Banks Field, Iowa baseball wraps up its series against Illinois on Senior Day. Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast booth at Banks alongside my fine color analyst John Evans. I'm John Leo. The series has been clinched. A 6-5 win over Illinois yesterday won the series for the black and gold, and so now today, on Senior Day, Iowa will look for its 29th win overall, 13th in the Big Ten if it can get the win over the Illini and secure the sweep over Illinois today. Logan Rundy will start on the mound for Iowa, while freshman southpaw Aiden Flynn goes for Illinois. It's a gorgeous day for baseball as fans file into the ballpark, packing the stands ahead of today's game with Senior Day festivities going on right now down on the field. 14 seniors and a handful of managers going through the ceremony now. It's Iowa's third week in a row where a sweep is a possibility. Iowa is 1-1 in those opportunities, getting the sweep against Indiana last weekend. But having a chance the weekend before against Maryland, but losing the Sunday game. So let's see how the black and gold fares today. It's the Illini and the Hawkeyes. Illinois and Iowa live from Banks with first pitch coming up in 30 minutes. Senior Day in Iowa City, 14 seniors being recognized now down on the field. Caleb Wolf, Gable Mitchell, Joe Husak, Logan Rundy, Cooper Schulte, Bryce Phelps, Miles Risley, Justin Hackett, Mitch Wood, Joey Narrett, Matt Delgado, Gannon Archer, Ben Swales, and Kellen Strohmeyer. That's a big chunk of productive Hawkeye players. Great guys, and it makes for a bit of a bittersweet day at the ballpark today as John and I say so long to a great group of seniors that has been a pleasure to cover over the past couple of years. All right, let's go through some of the highlights from the weekend. We'll go back to Friday. Iowa opened the weekend with a 9-3 win to get the series started on a good note. Hall versus Burt. First and third for Iowa and 2 outs. No score in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch to Max. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Risley comes down to score. Max Burt delivers with 2 outs. He hung with it, and it's 1-0. Iowa in the first. Full count for Risley. He closes his stance. Now the delivery. Miles hits in the air deep to left. Back goes Ziebig. He's at the track. It's over his head and off the wall. Mitchell getting the wave around third. He'll score with ease. Risley loses his lid as he rounds second. He'll stay there. It's an RBI double for Risley. Hawks 4, Illini 2. As the 0-1 to Burt is hit high to left field. This one's deep. Ziebig goes back. He will watch it go! It's gone! Max Burt, a 3-run shot. Sound the Burt alert alarm. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Looks in for the sign on the 0-2 to Johannes with a runner at first and nobody out. Here's the pitch from Olivo. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 8th strikeout of the game for Kyle. And so it was a good start to the weekend with a 9-3 victory over Illinois on Friday. A very tight game yesterday. Iowa held off Illinois 6-5 to take the series. He's up now, swings, drives one deep to left. Ziebig going back. He's at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone! John Evans just called it. Home run by Jackson Frost. First pitch swinging, get going, and it's long gone. 3-0 Hawks. The 2-1 pitch is popped up. Foul ground left side. Delgado and Frost coming together. Delgado in front of the Illinois dugout. He made the catch. 1-0 pitch to Delgado. Ground ball up the middle. It's through into center field. Mitchell scores. Wolf around third. He will score. Throw goes into third. And out at third base is Burt. The run does score. That's Wolf. So it is 2 runs across. Foul ball. 1-2 pitch from Freeze. Hit well in the air to left. This is trouble. Narrett going back. He leaps up. Joey caught it! Oh! Narrett crashing into the wall again. Joey makes an outstanding play in left. See if Joey can come through for us. The pitch. Line drive over a leaping putty and into the right field corner. Strohmeyer rounds third. He gets the wave. He'll coast home. Joey Narrett, RBI single. 6-3 Hawks. And so Iowa has won the first 2 games of this series 9-3 and 6-5. We talked with Coach Heller before the game, and yeah, the series win is nice, but there's one more yet to be played. Might as well go try and win it, and that's what the Hawkeyes will look to do today. When we come back, John and I will break down some of the Big Ten standings as we look ahead to what's to come for Iowa baseball when we return on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Here come the Hawkeyes.
And a Stockie racing to the basket, layup good.
Iowa Athletics is gearing up for another amazing season filled with exciting matchups and electrifying plays.
Working hard into the corner. Koch hits a 3.
Get your game face ready and come on out to cheer the Hawkeyes on all season long. Visit HawkeyeSports.com to find tickets, schedules, game times, and more on Iowa. Go Hawks.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Iowa!
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field as we get ready for Iowa and Illinois Part 3. Parts 1 and 2 have been pretty darn good, John Evans.
They have been fun, exciting baseball games, and most importantly for probably the majority of our listeners, that they've involved an Iowa win.
A couple of different wins, 9-3 on Friday, and then yesterday 6-5. And when I left the stadium yesterday, I thought, you know what, that was a good college baseball game.
Iowa hasn't had many games like that this year, where it's tight, it's low scoring, it really comes down to executing a couple pitches and a couple hits, and Iowa did a nice job with that. It got tight in the 8th inning there, but Iowa closed it down and got it done.
As we look around the Big Ten, John, what do you make of some of the results? I think aside from the results here, the big ones have been Ohio State taking the first 2 against Nebraska already.
Well, yeah, really thought Iowa might have been able to create some separation into the middle of the pack here this week, but Ohio State's done a nice job taking the first 2 from Nebraska over in Columbus, and so the good news, Iowa has still kind of separated themselves from the fray at the bottom, and mostly clear of that race for the top 12 now. But some good stuff. Today you've got Michigan State's up on UCLA again. So
really,
that'd be a huge win for Michigan State as they try to solidify their spot in. It's probably going to take. It'll take 12. You might sneak in with 11. If you're in 11, you better win the tiebreakers, I think, because there'll be a bucket load tied at that spot.
Iowa feels pretty safe at this point at 12 and 11 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, 12 is almost a lock when you think about how many teams would have to jump Iowa to get in this point. So just find a way to win today, and then the next 2 weekends are just seeding.
Iowa, arguably one of the hottest teams in the Big Ten right now. UCLA and Oregon are 9-1 in their last 10. Michigan and Iowa 8-2 in their last 10. We haven't been able to make up any ground on Michigan, but as we were having this conversation a couple of weeks ago and then even into last week, it wasn't necessarily as much about how high we could climb. It was staying above the line at the bottom. And now Iowa has rattled off several wins against Big Ten opponents where, okay, we could think about climbing a little bit, but the teams above us have done their job.
Well, we were counting wins and felt like Iowa needed 6 in the remaining 4 series. Well, Iowa's sitting at 5 right now, and so Iowa's done the most important thing. They've controlled what they could control, and that's you go out and you win the game you're playing in. And so Iowa's done that exceptionally well in the last 7 of 8 Big Ten games now at this point, and so they've put themselves in a position now where they can look ahead a little bit still and try to find some more wins and some consistency.
What do you make of this one today? If we look at Illinois, they're going to be fighting for their lives almost. I mean, they're above the line. They're 9-14 in the Big Ten, but they need a win in the worst way, so they're probably pretty desperate over there on the third base dugout.
Well, you start thinking about if they've got to get to 12 or 13, and they have, I looked, it was...
They have Northwestern at home, and then they go to Indiana.
Yeah, so winnable games, but not given by any stretch, and so, this would be a good start to help them figure out how to get to 12 or 13 and create some safety. The pitcher today, Aiden Flynn's a freshman. He's good. Yeah, good arm. He not necessarily in how he's built, but maybe think Cade Obermueller as a freshman. You'll see a similar action, and some of the positives and negatives of Cade as a freshman.
Better day for Illinois to hit. I'm sure they're looking forward to it with sunny skies, warm temps, wind blowing out of here. Pretty good to right today. And maybe some optimism for Illinois, who just has not swung it well this season for whatever reason, which is very strange for us to think about considering Illinois typically known to have great offense.
Well, but the great news of that is it's a better day for Iowa to hit as well.
Works both ways.
Yeah, the wind won't shift magically, it might, but it shouldn't shift magically when Iowa comes to the plate.
It's not like the Metrodome with the Twins, right, where they turn the AC on certain ways?
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, it was funny, as I was talking to Reese Buter yesterday, during the game, the joke was, when Reese would have pitched on Sunday, the temperature would have dropped 20 degrees and the wind would have shifted, and so it was, this is, Maddox Freeze has been the beneficiary of some wind blowing in days, and now Logan Rundy will have to really make sure he locates well, works the bottom of the zone, and tries to make sure Illinois bats stay silent.
Good stuff, John. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, as our pregame coverage continues after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Go for the big Honda savings at your local Honda dealer. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Go for the most Car and Driver 10 Best Awards with 98 trophies. And KBB.com's Best Value and Performance brand. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball, the series finale against the Illinois Fighting Illini today from Banks. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, the Hayes in the barn, we've got the series win after a nice victory yesterday over Illinois.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, a nice, tight one-run win with a lot of guys put in leverage situations and, come out on top. Felt really good, and I like I said, you need to do that once you find a way to win. Maybe when you didn't play your best. I mean, we got really solid pitching yesterday. Maddox Freeze, as we talked before, and he's just been lights out for us. I mean, pitched fantastic, and Jaron Bleeker came in and kind of the same story as last week. He ran into some bad luck, ground balls finding holes, and we ended up going to Joe Husak to close it out in the ninth in a one-run game, and Joe was great. 1, 2, 3. Got a little lucky on the first one. The leadoff hitter Groves hit a missile to center field. We make the catch, and then 1, 2, 3 after that. It was a good win, good one-run win. The offense, man, baseball's a crazy game. I mean, I had to flip the starting third baseman 20 minutes before game time because Ben Swales has a knee that's been bothering him, and he said it wasn't feeling great. So we went with Jackson Frost, and then Jackson steps up in his first at bat and hits a 3-run homer to put us on, give Maddox a lead to work with. They scored some runs, and we go out and answer back. I think it was in the 6th or the 7th, which was really, really big. It ended up being a winning run and had some clutch hits. Joey Neard had the hit there, and it was just a crazy game. Defensively, made a miscue that allowed them to score 3 runs, and had another miscue in the outfield, and we got really lucky. Sometimes you need to get lucky, and we were lucky yesterday. We caught some breaks. Illinois ran a first and third play. They did the delayed steal stop, and we threw through, and we didn't execute it the way we were supposed to or the way we trained. But Caleb Wolf ended up making a throw to the plate, and it was running up the line, and Matt Delgado made a really nice catch and tag. Big time play by Matt, game saving play really, and we end up getting out of that inning, and then win the game. And then Matt had a big hit too. Matt starting on Saturday when Carter Geffrey being out, and Matt had a nice game yesterday and a big RBI, 2-out RBI, and all those proved really important, and so it was a good day.
On the pitching side of things, Coach, once Maddox was done, when you went to Jaron, typically we see Jaron in a role like today on a Sunday after Logan Rundy. Why was Jaron the right choice yesterday?
Well, they got to win when you.
That's right.
When you can.
And you had mentioned that before the game yesterday. We're going to go all hands on deck to win the game that's in front of us.
But what that means is, there's not a lot of guys that have been going on the weekend left to go to when Logan Rundy comes out of the game, which the meeting before the game was about just that. Guys, if we're going to win today, guys have to step up. Guys who maybe haven't come through, guys who haven't had a big role. we're gonna have to have guys step up today, and if not, probably not going to go the way we want it to, and it's just the way it is. And I made the point that if we're going to make any kind of run in the Big Ten tournament with the new format, all of those guys are going to have to step up then too. So here's the deal: we got 7 games left. Maybe it hasn't happened to this point, but we need to make it happen now if it's going to happen.
Crowd was great yesterday, Coach. Treated to nice weather and then a great performance by your team.
It kind of caught me off guard. We had good crowds in cold days and windy days and bad weather days. And yesterday it wasn't like balmy, but we didn't have wind. There was just a light wind kind of blowing in. But the sun was out. It felt great with no wind. And man, the Hawk fans came out and supported us. We had full house yesterday, standing room down the sides. And they really helped us out a lot. I mean, I think that they played a big role in that win yesterday.
As we turn our attention to this game, the final game of the series against Illinois, I know I said the hay's in the barn in terms of a series victory, but we're not here for just series wins, right, Coach? Let's take all 3. What's it going to take today?
Well, it's going to take a really good start out of Logan Rundy and maybe a couple more innings out of him than he normally goes.
Is that your plan then to maybe extend, or not extend him, but give him a longer leash because we need him to?
Well, as long as it's not going to bury us.
Okay.
You got to make the move when you got to make the move. But then you're probably going to see Cole Moore. You may see Brolin Frost again. You may see Jaron Bleeker again. He only threw, I think, 34, 35 pitches. He may be able to bridge an inning. And then it's going to be Archer, Leisure, Slagle, Ferguson. All those guys may be the guy. We'll just try to match up, give them the best matchup when we put them in, and it's going to be a lot of analyzing by myself and the staff to try to do the best we can to put them in a good situation.
But they should have the reps, because that's why you do the midweek games the way you do them, right?
Yeah.
And so you just ask them to come in and get 3 outs on the weekend.
Whatever they need to do, and that's what we need today. That's what it's going to take. And then I think Joe Husak would be able to go an inning too. And but it all starts with Logan, and the guy we're going to face, Flynn, is a left-hander. He's really kind of a funky delivery.
Okay.
Pretty good. I mean, pretty solid starter. And talking to the hitters, I mean, we're going to have to be locked in, and we need their best today. We're going to, who knows? We could be in a try to outscore them situation.
Warm day. It's windy today with the wind going out of here. What do you make of that? What do you do with the lineup in that regard?
The lineup we go with is the guys we've been playing against, the left-hander, and that's been working out really well.
Jay-Z back in left?
Jay-Z, and then Mitch Wood. If they go to a right-hander, you get near it in there, and probably Delgado for Wood against the right-hander. Or maybe Brett White if the situation's right. But no, we'll just mix and match with the numbers. I mean, we're enough games into it now. You have a lot of data, and this is the best lineup we can put out there versus the left-hander, and that's what we'll do. But I mean, you can see their team. I mean, their place is a launching pad, just like Indiana, and that's how they're built. And they hit a lot of fly balls. I'm sure you've noticed that. And here they have to hit them to get them out. Now today, not so much. I mean, it's going to play similar to their ballpark today. So we just need to do our best to try to limit damage. And as we've talked a million times, you can live with a solo home run. It's the 3-run home run after 2 walks that buries you. And limiting free bases today is going to be really, really important.
I suppose we could possibly sense some desperation on their side. They've got some work to do to get into the Big Ten tournament. But we've been in this spot before where we feel like, all right, the other team is desperate. If we punch them early, maybe they could go away. But that hasn't always worked out. And so I think the focus has been lately, hey, let's just keep it all about us.
Yep.
And that's the process that's proven the most success.
That is always going to be the most successful, is control what you can control. And if we do that, I think we'll have a good chance today. It's senior day.
Yep.
And senior days can go one way or the other.
Yeah,
and
tough.
It's usually not in the middle. It's either really good or really bad. Because there's a lot of clutter today, what I call clutter. And in baseball, clutter's not always good. It's not good ever, really. But we've addressed it, we've talked about it, but everybody's head needs to be in the right place. As soon as that ceremony's over, I mean, we need to be dialed in. And if we're not, it's not going to be a good result.
Has your approach changed to senior day in your 39 years of coaching?
I've tried to think of a million different ways to make it a better situation, but there really just isn't. I mean, it is what it is, and I can't think of another way to do it, at least in our situation. And others I've seen have tried to do maybe one senior every home game, and not have the big celebration, and but with our number of managers and our number of, I don't know how you do that. Do it on a midweek game, something like that. But then it's tough for the parents from out of state to get in. This is the best for everybody, and we've had way more good days than bad, with the senior days. But I also know how it can go if there's just a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings, and a lot of times guys are playing in front of family that they don't normally play in front of, and some guys have a hard time getting that clutter out of their head, and all the things we talk about they should be prepared for it, but whether they can put that into play or not, you never know.
Before we let you go, Coach, just a final note about this senior class. It's been a pretty good group that's worked pretty hard for you.
No, it's a really great senior class. Really good guys and good kids, and going to be great dads and great husbands, and they're going to be successful, all of them. This is a really, really good group of guys. And, like I told you yesterday when we asked me about Gable, I mean, there's a lot of guys, man, it's going to really miss him.
Yeah. Credit to you, Coach, for guiding them along the way. Good luck against Illini today.
Thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. It's the last of 3 against Illinois. It is senior day in Iowa City. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
If you love great Hawkeye stories, don't miss the Fight for Iowa podcast with Gary Dolphin. Each week, Dolph brings you in-depth conversations with the athletes, coaches, and community members who define the Hawkeye spirit. From big moments to personal journeys, it's the stories that make Iowa special. Catch new episodes every week. Search Fight for Iowa wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. John Evans and John Leo with you this afternoon. Beautiful day for baseball. Sun shining, nice and warm as the fans fill up the ballpark. Last time against Illinois, and boom, just like that. Last Big Ten home game, midweek scheduled for Tuesday against St. Thomas, and then we're out of here. No more games at Banks this year, John.
No, and in theory, no more press box. So we'll see how that part goes as well. But
we'll soak it all in, John.
Yeah, we'll just soak it all in here and enjoy the last innings here in the press box.
All right, we need to take our final break as Logan Rundy heads to the mound. The Hawkeyes are on the field. We're getting ready to roll in Iowa City. Final pregame break coming up. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringBeyond to learn more.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep,
You're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks, plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at HawkeyeAccount.com.
Iowa at 28-17, 12-11 in the Big Ten, welcoming Illinois 22-23 and 9-14 in the Big Ten for the final time this weekend. We're getting set for first pitch. We need to pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Illinois' batting order looks like this today. A team hitting .263 will be led off by Nick Groves, the center fielder, and Michael Farina, the second baseman. Left fielder Jack Ziebig will go third. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6, A.J. Putty at first base, Kyle Shupman at third, Colin Jennings in right. 7, 8, 9, Daniel Contreras, the DH, Will Johannes, the catcher, and J.R. Nelson, the shortstop. Iowa defensively on the infield, left to right, Jackson Frost, Cooper Schulte, Gable Mitchell, and Caleb Wolf. Logan Rundy, the starting pitcher, he's ready to go. First pitch to Groves is a called strike on the outside edge of the plate. We're underway a minute ahead of schedule at 1:01. Outfield for Iowa today, Jalen Ziegler gets the start in left, Miles Risley in center, Kellen Strohmeyer in right. Here's a line drive into center. Risley going back a few steps. Miles makes the catch for out number one. Today's catcher is Max Burt. John, let's hear the stats on Logan Rundy, our starting pitcher today.
3-3 on the season, 4.99 ERA, 39 2/3 innings, 39 hits, 24 runs, 22 earned, 14 walks, 36 strikeouts. Logan will get the fastball up there around 90, and he'll throw a good mix around besides that, as he likes to mix up pitches and give the hitters different looks.
Michael Farina is the batter now for Illinois, and he fouls off the first one that he sees out of play.
Last two outings for Logan have been, I guess you'd call them okay. 4 innings in each start, about 70 pitches, just 1 earned run. Hawks will look for him to get a little deeper today if he can.
Out of the windup, the next pitch is low and away, 1-1. Logan, one of the seniors, one of the 14 seniors honored before the game today. Only 1 year with the program. Spent his last 2 seasons at Florida International. He is from Piasta, so he is a local product. 1-1 pitch from Rundy. Hit on the ground over to third. Frost has this one at the hot corner, and he throws it across the diamond for out number 2.
As you and I were joking about, I ended up, as I was looking through his bio, forgot that he had pitched, Logan had pitched 2 innings against Iowa 2 years ago when we were over in Des Moines and played Florida International, so made his way back home to finish up.
Probably one of those situations where when we introduced him, we thought, how'd this guy get out of the state of Iowa, right?
Yeah, we got him back.
2 down for Jack Ziebig, left-handed hitter for Illinois. First pitch from Rundy. Fly ball left center field. Risley and Ziegler come together. Miles Risley makes the catch, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning for Rundy and the Hawkeyes. Good start for the black and gold, as Cooper Schulte will come up to lead things off when we return for the bottom of the first inning. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Hawkeye Baseball hits Des Moines May 14 through 16, taking on Purdue at Principal Park, presented by 1-800-BETS-OFF. Find game times and tickets at HawkeyeSports.com. If you need help with sports betting, call 1-800-BETS-OFF or visit yourlifeiowa.org. No judgment, just help.
That was a 2-minute first inning worked by Logan Rundy. He sets the Illini down in order. A couple of fly balls and a ground out. And so the Hawkeyes coming to the plate. First 3 Hawkeyes to the dish. Cooper Schulte, Gable Mitchell, and Miles Risley. 4, 5, and 6 today. Caleb Wolf, Max Burt. Mitch Wood is the DH batting 6th. And 7, 8, 9 for Iowa today. Kellen Strohmeyer, the right fielder. Jason Frost, the third baseman. Jalen Ziegler in left. Starting pitcher for Illinois is Aiden Flynn. He is a left-handed freshman standing tall at 6'6".
He's 0-2 on the year, but he may be Illinois' best starting pitcher right now. 3.16 ERA, 37 innings, 30 hits, 14 runs, just 13 earned. He's walked 9, struck out 37. He has hit 9, including 7 in his last 2 starts. Fastball will be about 90. That ball missed down and away, called a strike. And he's got a slider and a changeup he'll throw as well.
Home plate umpire is Cody Oakes. First base, Glenn Nelson. Matthew Anderson out at second. Tim Winningham over at third. The 0-1 to Schulte, high and tight. 1-1 on Iowa's senior shortstop. Right-handed hitter. Flynn whips it from the left side as he goes from the stretch only. And the pitch back into the netting. Cooper sends it. It's 1-2. Standing on the first base side of the rubber. And Flynn gets downhill pretty good. He comes a long way down the ramp. And the 1-2. Schulte stays alive and popped it in the air over to the right. Schulte batting .289. Moved to the leadoff spot in the USC series, the 1-2. Cooper hits in the air, down the line and right. Over is Jennings, who jumps up to make the catch. I think that might have been playing some tricks on the Illinois right fielder. Made a good play to hang with it. Cooper is out number 1.
Yeah, that was well struck, and the ball stayed in the air a long time. I thought it was going to kind of dip, and typically a right-hander hitting a ball to right field, it would have sliced away from the right fielder. Instead, almost seemed to knuckle and stay in the air to him. He was able to find a way over and make the catch.
Here comes Gable Mitchell. First pitch up and away. Mitchell batting .395 for Iowa this season. Left versus left. Mitchell second in the Big Ten in batting average. And the pitch. Gable hits in the air to center. Groves is there. He's got it, playing it off to the side. 2 fly ball outs. We see the wind today blowing out pretty good to center, tilted a little bit to right. And we've seen quite a few fly balls already, but none that have gotten caught up in the wind.
It was really interesting. I was watching Illinois take batting practice, and as they were hitting fly balls, I'm like, okay, that ball's out. And, you know, a lot of balls didn't travel kind of the way that I thought they would with the wind. So,
first pitch floater from Flynn is a strike. Risley, right-handed center fielder, another one of the seniors on this team, the 0-1. Foul tip into the glove. Schulte, Mitchell, Risley, Wolf. That group of first 4 guys that we'll see. All seniors. Been a fun ride with this group over the past few years. The 0-2, Risley sends a spinner to second base. Picked up there by Farina, and he'll throw out Risley for the third out. 1-2-3 inning for Iowa. Quick first inning at Banks. No score between Illinois and Iowa. We're back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here come the Hawkeyes.
And a Stocke racing to the basket, layup good.
Iowa Athletics is gearing up for another amazing season filled with exciting matchups and electrifying plays.
Working hard into the corner. Koch hits a three.
Get your game face ready and come on out to cheer the Hawkeyes on all season long. Visit Hawkeyesports.com to find tickets, schedules, game times, and more on Iowa. Go Hawks.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Iowa.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 59 years. Oak Knoll's community located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Top of the second in Iowa City. No score between Illinois and Iowa in the series finale. The Hawkeyes have already clinched the series, so looking to get the brooms out for back-to-back weekends. Rundy pitching to A.J. Putty, right versus right matchup. Logan delivers downstairs for a ball. The Hawkeyes in their Sunday gold scripts. Iowa spelled out in black across the chest. White pants for Iowa today. 1-0 pitch from Rundy is on the low inside corner for a strike. Black caps with the black bill. Gold script eye on the front panel for Iowa. Illinois in all gray uniforms today. Illinois spelled out in navy across the chest with bright orange outline. They wear blue caps in the field with an orange bill.
Do you like these better than the vests?
I do like these better than the vests. I think Friday night for Illinois, the charcoal grays were the best that we've seen. I'm glad we don't have to subject our eyes to the powder blues, baby blues that Illinois has. Not a fan of those. There, you happy with that answer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'd prefer they go out of their color palette then to get the charcoal gray?
Yes.
Okay.
If we're going to go alternate for Illinois, 3-1 from Rundy is in there for a strike. If they're not going to go with navy blue or the highlighter orange, I'll go with the charcoal over the baby blue, powder blue. They're not the Cardinals or Ole Miss or whatever.
The
Phillies, yeah. Full count pitch to Putty. Here it comes. Blooped into left for a base hit. Got over Frost's head. And it is a leadoff single for Putty. That was a good pitch from Logan.
Yeah, got the off-speed pitch really in on the hands. Putty just fought it off. 66-mile-an-hour floater over top of Jackson Frost's head.
Gross. Putty is one of the Big Ten's best freshmen. He was batting up over 300. Iowa's held him in check for the most part this weekend, but he does get a leadoff single, and he stands at first base for Kyle Shupman. Rundy delivers just low. Shupman is the third baseman for Illinois. Bats from the right side in the 5 spot, hitting .282. Rundy comes set and pitches low. Iowa has Shupman shifted up the middle, where Mitchell is behind second base, leaving a lot of room on the right side of the infield. Rundy worked a 1-2-3 first. He's given up a leadoff single to Putty, who has a fine lead at first. 2-0 pitch. Grounded foul over to the left.
Yeah, Putty just one stolen base in Big Ten play. Probably not going anywhere. 3 for 3 on the season in all games.
Max Burt, the catcher behind the plate, he's keeping a close eye. We haven't seen Illinois try to run too much this weekend. A 2-1 from Rundy. Dropped it in for a strike. Good movement on 75.
No, it's funny. I've seen them do a lot of they do a lot of bunting in their pregame batting practice. And other than Contreras, I'm not sure I've seen anybody try to lay down a bunt either.
And they had the steal and stop yesterday. That's been about it for Illinois on the base paths in terms of trickery or games or small ball. 2-2 is lined into left. That's another base hit. Ziegler scoops it up, and he got over there. Back-to-back singles. Both of them coming with 2 strikes.
Well, and that's the first 2-strike pitch was a good one. That's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the middle of the plate. Probably not the spot he was particularly aiming at, but the pitch is fine. It's the location that he missed, I'm sure. Probably not trying to get that much of the meat of the plate. Let's see if he can get one out of fielder now.
He'll face Colin Jennings. First pitch from Rundy. Change up down and away for a ball. Jennings is dangerous. He's batting just .247, but he leads the team with 11 home runs. And a day that's particularly advantageous for him to hit as a left-handed hitter with the wind blowing out to right. 1-0 from Rundy, outside with the fastball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, just 190 in conference games, too. So, but he does, to your point, he has 3 home runs in conference, too. So
Bert's going to go out there and talk with Logan.
That could take 5 minutes. Bertie has the slow walk down to a science.
Yeah, it's very good. Coach Heller on the walkie-talkie in the dugout. Didn't really discuss an ideal innings number for Logan today, but
9.
We can make one up now.
9 would have been ideal.
Bullpen usage this weekend has been a little bit different. Not saying it's right or wrong.
Just different.
Just different. And so usually we've had Jaron Bleeker unused at this point of the weekend. We used him a fair amount yesterday. So Logan's got a battle here for us. 2-0 to Jennings, the pitch. High fly ball in the air to center. This one's trouble. Risley sprinting back. That has left the yard. 3-run home run for Colin Jennings. You knew at some point he might get under one and get one out of here this weekend. Iowa's done a pretty good job against him. But he gives Illinois the lead at 3-0 in the second.
Yeah, that was 104 off the bat. 432, no doubter. As he probably bounced that right down the street in front of Carver. I like the first 3 batters of the game better than I liked 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Nobody out, bases clear. Here's Contreras. He swings at the first pitch. Skies went into shallow center, where Risley moves forward to make the grab. 3-0 Illinois in the top of the second. First time that they've had the first lead of the game this weekend. Iowa had done a nice job in the first 2 games to get out in front. It's not the first lead of the weekend, though, for Illinois. They did grab one for a moment on Friday night. Rundy gets back in the zone against Johannes with a strike low outside corner. I think that's probably where Logan slipped up a little bit in this inning, was working from behind.
Yeah, got to get back ahead and then execute better with 2 strikes. I mean, as you mentioned, those first 2 base runners that got on were 2-strike hits, and so just need to make sure you get the finishing touches on it.
He's quickly ahead of Johannes at 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Rundy went with the high fastball, threw it by Johannes for out number 2.
Yeah.
And now the 9-hitter J.R. Nelson comes up.
Shortstop, number 31, J.R. Nelson.
Out of the windup, Rundy delivers a strike on the inner third.
I like the way Logan's bounced back, though. Didn't let it affect him. Didn't start nibbling edges and go away from his game plan.
0-1 pitch hit Nelson. That one hurt too. Right below the knee on the front leg. Logan's got a pitch that really drifts into right-handed hitters if he loses control of it, and he did there. So the 9-hitter hit by pitch. And we'll flip it to the top for Groves now.
Now batting center fielder number 29, Nick Groves.
Three 0 Illinois in the second. 3-run home run from Colin Jennings moments ago. Grundy pitches low to Groves, who flied out to Risley in center to start the game today. Runner at first and 2 outs. It's Nelson over there. The 1-0 pitch down and away. Logan missing down on back-to-back pitches. Groves a .314 hitter. And the pitch is rolled up the middle. Schulte is there. He'll have to make the throw to first, and he does so accurately for the third out. Illinois is on the board first today, a 3-run home run for Colin Jennings, and it's 3-0 Illini. We'll see how the Hawkeyes respond in the bottom of the second after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Slide into Pearl Field and catch Iowa softball in action. Head coach and former Hawkeye student athlete Stacey May Johnson leads the black and gold on the diamond. Tickets and more can be found at HawkeyeSports.com. On Iowa, and go Hawks.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Former Hawkeye student athlete and current head coach Stacey May Johnson leads the charge for Iowa softball. Pearl Field is the place to be this spring. Iowa softball games provide entertainment the entire family can enjoy. Single game tickets are currently available and can be purchased via HawkeyeSports.com.
Hawkeye baseball hits Des Moines May 14 through 16, taking on Purdue at Principal Park, presented by 1-800-BETS-OFF. Find game times and tickets at HawkeyeSports.com. If you need help with sports betting, call 1-800-BETS-OFF or visit yourlifeiowa.org. No judgment, just help.
Caleb Wolf, Max Burt, and Mitch Wood come up for Iowa in this inning. And the Hawkeyes down 3-0 early. Plenty of time. See how the Hawkeyes chip away starting in the bottom of the second. John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Banks. Would love to know where you're listening from today. Gordy is tuned in from Orlando. It's nice, warm, and sunny here, Gordy. I'm sure it's just fine in Orlando. Wolf, another of Iowa's seniors honored today, batting .366. He is 5th in the Big Ten with batting average. 1-0 delivery, shows the bunt, pulled it back, and the pitch was high from the freshman southpaw Aiden Flynn. Worked a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first.
Yes, last outing 6 innings against Nebraska, just 4 hits, a run, walked a couple, struck out 4.
Ran it in on Caleb, just about hit him, went through the belt loop.
Well, he did hit 4 guys in the last outing against Nebraska, lost 3-0, so had a good outing, but still got the L. Outing before that was 2 runs in 4 innings against Oregon. 4-pitch walk to Caleb Wolf.
Hasn't made it very far into games. The game against Nebraska was the deepest he's made it into a game at 6.
Yeah, 6 against Nebraska, 5 against Rutgers. Had been kind of a twice through the lineup guy. Against Nebraska, he went through 3 times. And so, again, it'll be kind of important, interesting. A lot of the Illinois, they don't have the pitch counts.
I noticed that.
So hard to tell exactly how many pitches he threw, but he's probably a 70 to 80 pitch guy. Ooh.
Strike 1 to Max Burt, low and in corner.
Ooh.
I think he missed his spot so poorly that it really made it look much worse than it was. It was still a fringe pitch down and in. It's a good take by Max. And the 0-1 inside. That came in around the belt as well. Illinois has lost its last 4 games that Flynn has appeared in. And they're out to a 3-0 lead today over Iowa in the second.
Let's extend that.
Yes. Runner at first is Wolf. Not a very big lead over there for Caleb, the 1-1. Good breaking ball, bottom of the zone. Threw off the timing of Burt. He kept the bat shouldered. It's 1-2. Iowa has already won the first 2 games of the series and thus has clinched the series. First series win over Illinois since 2019. 1-2 pitch to Burt. Here it comes. Sharply hit in the air, foul over to the right.
And unlike Hall and Dye, Flynn does use his fastball a little bit more as opposed to using it to keep hitters honest. He'll throw that 92-mile-an-hour fastball more often to try to get outs with it as well.
1-2 inside. Burt got his hand started, and he held up in time 2-2. Boy, that's a really good pitch from Flynn. Like you've said, John, he gets out there about 2 o'clock and brings it all the way across to these right-handed hitters. 2-2 delivery. Hit in the air, high to left. Burt out in front of this one. And foul, landing in the Illinois bullpen. I don't necessarily want to make the dramatic comparison, but he does look like a Chris Sale.
Yes.
It's a Chris Sale delivery.
That was the same thing Scott said. But, when I think of Obi, coming to that back foot slider, a little bit of that on right-handers.
Burt stays alive with another fly ball foul.
And so you kind of see that action, where the angle comes from, way out toward first base, and so then he can kind of create it coming all the way across the plate towards that right-hander's back foot.
Lengthy at bat here after a 4-pitch walk to Caleb Wolf, who stands at first base with nobody out. Burt's working a 2-2 count. Next pitch just inside, ball 3.
I love what Flynn does, especially for a freshman. He's not afraid to come bust that pitch inside. Had good command on it so far.
Very good. Full count. Flynn delivers. Burt takes strike 3. Inside corner, he finally hit the spot, according to Cody Oakes.
Pitch looked really similar to the pitch before, so I'm not sure. Maybe it was a little bit, clearly it was a little bit more on the black of the plate, I guess.
Probably so many times that Flynn can try to hit that spot before he finally gets it, I guess. All right, here's Mitch Wood with 1 out. Wolf still at first base for Iowa. 3-0 Illinois. Fastball low outside corner, called a strike.
Now, if you're going to give both of those, that's a heck of a plate that hitters have to cover.
Flynn sent with the 0-1, not paying much attention to Wolf at first, but a long pause here, the pitch. That's high. I would have really had a problem if that had been called a strike. Outfield playing deep, especially Jennings in right. 1-1 to Wood. Spinner hit right back up the middle. The shortstop fields it, throws on the run to first to retire Wood. Wolf will get to second and into scoring position for Kellen Strohmeyer.
We saw Nelson make a play like that, I think it was Friday, where he actually went to second as he was still running forward. That one he just decided to go ahead and keep it in front of him. Part of that is you've got a 3-run lead as well, so you can go ahead and be a little more conservative in your defensive strategy too.
Strohmeyer versus the left-handed starter for Illinois. The pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Kellen is Iowa's right fielder. Trying to high. And he held up in time. Kellen's really gone back and forth around the 300 batting average this year. He's below it now at 292.
So you're saying it's time for him to get hot.
That's right. 1-1 pitch outside.
Like where your head's at.
Strohmeyer has certainly shown flashes this year. it has really been a truly up and down year for him. His up has been pretty good. And the 2-1. Lifted into left. Zebig camped underneath it, and he'll reach up and make the catch for the third out. So Iowa leaves a runner on. 3-0. Illinois gets the shutdown inning. We're through 2 in Iowa City, and the Illini hold on to the lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City.
Let's hear it from senior mom.
Onward to the third. Illinois 3, Iowa 0. Logan Rundy back to work. He'll face 2, 3, and 4, Farina, Zebig, and Putty.
Now batting, second baseman number 3, Michael Farina.
3 hits allowed by Logan. 2 singles that started the second, and then the home run from Jennings.
Yeah.
But after that, he settled in nicely.
Yeah, unfortunately consecutive, and one was loud.
Yes.
Waiting for the mother still to leave the field through the right field gate.
And we're good to go now. Rundy got Farina to ground out to Frost. That will not be the case on this pitch. It's lifted in the air to left, and it is gone. Solo home run for Michael Farina, and he starts Illinois' third off with a bang. It's 4-0.
Yeah, as you say, bang. It was a hang it and bang it. That was a breaking ball that just got left up in the zone. Only hit it 96 out, but 366 over the left field wall with a little helping breeze was plenty.
Now batting number 2, left fielder Jack Zebig.
That's trouble territory. That pitch coming out of the hand and floating on its way to Farina, who just hit his 4th home run of the season. Here's Jack Zebig. Strike one across to him.
Well, that's one of the things. That's now 9 home runs Logan's given up on the year. Got to keep that ball down when the wind's blowing out.
0-1 pitch lined into left. Base hit. It is fair and into the corner. Zebig around first, headed for second. It is a double for Zebig. They're racking up the extra base hits now.
Well, again, another off-speed pitch up in the zone. Saw it, just went and poked it. Iowa had a pretty heavy shift on, so Frost was the only one over on that left side of the infield. And unfortunately for Iowa and Rundy, it was not right at Frost. Found the corner.
4-0 Illinois, top of the third. A.J. Putty is up. He got the party started for the Illini in the second with a leadoff single. He's up now with nobody out and a runner at second. Rundy's first pitch. Breaking ball. Called a strike at the top of the zone. Putty must have had a red light or was expecting something else.
Boy, that's, again, another one up. Gets away with it that time because he doesn't swing at it, but just can't live there on a day like today.
Warm and sunny with the wind blowing out. Here's the 0-1. Foul tip off of Burt. We figured today might be high scoring. Right now it's just one team that's doing the scoring. We'll have to find our bats as well.
And Logan did a good job in the first inning of keeping that ball down. So even though he was getting fly balls, he was getting less barrel contact. So right there, going and
good slider from Rundy, but it dropped out of the zone and Putty laid off. Nobody out in the Illini third. Runner at second. Here's the 1-2. Got a piece of it. Nicked it off of Max's catching mitt. And we'll do it again.
And that was that really well-located fastball there from Logan. It was right on the outer black of the plate. Just couldn't get the miss, and it flicked off of Bert's glove.
Short lead at second base. And the 1-2. Another foul ball in the box. Putty will not go down easily. Logan's trying to get him.
And Logan gave him the good off-speed pitch on the inner part of the plate that Putty was able to fight off for a hit. See what he decides to try to get the out pitch with this time.
Another 1-2 is low. Tried to go with the changeup. Putty able to identify it and laid off. 2-2. Rundy from the stretch. He kicks and fires inside. Ball 3. See what Logan throws here. Trying to get the first out of the inning. The 3-2 to Putty. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball, and he got the swing through.
Boy, on that one. Again, I think maybe got him, caught him by surprise a little bit as that ball up again and into the middle of the plate. Putty just didn't quite get fully elevated to it and was able to, Rundy was able to sneak it past him, and Bert was able to hold on.
See how Logan does against Kyle Shupman. Swing and a miss.
Love that pitch. Worked right back into the bottom of the zone. Showed good the whole way and then dropped out.
Give us a shot by staying down there with that pitch. Rundy's 0-1. Line drive, foul. Oof. Hooked it to the left of third over Frost. They're really out in front of the off-speed of Logan right now.
Well, but that's part of if he locates it well and gets it inside there, for them to get the barrel on the ball, they've got to be early. Harder to keep that ball fair.
Rundy ahead of Shupman at 0-2 with a runner at second, 1 out. The pitch overthrew the fastball, down and away.
Yeah, Logan's been right around that 89-90 mark.
Trying to battle through for Iowa in the early innings. 4-0 Illinois in the third. And the 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground left side. Frost dives to knock it down. Schulte picks it up. There will be no play. Frost got the glove on it as he dove to his left, but it did not go into the glove.
I think it took a funny hop on him because he was kind of preparing to lay out, and all of a sudden the ball kind of got into him a little bit, and he didn't really need to dive as far as he was reaching.
Yes. And now Colin Jennings is up. He delivered the first blow for Illinois today with a 3-run home run. Strike one from Rundy, working low and away. 4-0. Illinois with the early lead. No balls and a strike. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Rundy's pitch. Got under it and hit it foul over the Illinois dugout. Logan's ahead of Jennings at 0-2. We'll see what he throws. And the pitch outside. Don't mind that fastball away. Jennings did not find it enticing enough.
I wonder if he could get the breaking ball all the way in on his hands. The risk there is you leave it over the plate.
Burt setting up outside. And the 1-2. Check swing. He went. Yes. Strikeout for Rundy. Jennings pleaded with Cody Oakes. But Mr. Oakes said, you went.
Yeah, he didn't even go down to umpire Winningham, just called it himself right at home plate.
2 outs now for Daniel Contreras, who flied out to center. Risley was waiting there. His first at bat. Fastball upstairs. And it's 1-0. 4-0 Illinois in the third. There are 2 outs, 2 runners on for the Fighting Illini. See if Logan can get out of this, minimizing the damage. Giving up a home run to start this inning. Here's a ground ball left side. Schulte's got it. He will flip it to Gable at second base for the third out. It is a leadoff home run from Michael Farina, but that's all. And a couple base runners for Illinois are stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Iowa trailing Illinois 4-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Each offer guest spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
Jackson Frost, Jalen Ziegler, Cooper Schulte. 3 right-handed hitters coming to the plate to face Aiden Flynn as we move along to the bottom of the third. Iowa down 4-0 early.
Community Choice scoreboard. Penn State ended Minnesota's winning streak. Avoids the sweep. Penn State wins 4-3. UCLA in trouble. It's 10-5, top of the 7th inning against Michigan State up in East Lansing.
That is stunning. UCLA unbeaten in the Big Ten, and it's going to be Michigan State that knocks them off? That's baseball, though, right?
Michigan 5-1 over Maryland, looking for the sweep. Bottom of the 5th inning there.
Jackson Frost in the box. He hits one high and deep to left center field. Outfielders are on the run, and it is off the top of the wall. Coming back into the field of play, Frost is digging for 3. It's a leadoff triple for Jackson.
102 off the bat for the Iceman. 388. Unfortunately, he needed 389, but not all bad for a guy that was an emergency shove back in the lineup yesterday. And
the wind keep that one in here?
It might have, actually. Funny enough, you get a little bit of wind blowing kind of in and over. I caught him yesterday as I was leaving the field because, you know, you and I had talked before he hit the home run about kind of the conversation we'd had, and he was just so happy with the at-bats he had.
Here's Jalen Ziegler. First pitch swinging and missing is JZ. Good slow curveball.
Obviously the results are what they are, but just go up there with a good approach and carried it over into today.
First triple of the season for Jackson. 6 extra base hit. Ziegler takes another strike. And it's 0-2. Ziegler batting .324 in limited action, 22 hits in 68 at-bats. He's in the lineup today to face left-handed Flynn, but he's in trouble here at 0-2. The pitch, low.
I was joking with Jackson yesterday when we found out he was going to be in the lineup. It was he and Ben Swales and I that were talking, and I was joking about, hey, you can do what Ben does, get on base, steal a base, and like station to station, baby. And so when he hit second base there, I'm sure he was looking at that going, oh, it bounced away from him. I got to keep going.
I can't stop here.
These are too many stations.
He gave it a good look around second, and he went to third.
He's like, oh, I can't jam the brakes here.
Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Ziegler. Fouled off the end of the bat. He is way in front of this curveball. But does a good job there to stay alive with the foul ball. We talked about Indiana and Northwestern yesterday, John. Northwestern won that game with 5 hits.
Yeah, Indiana was well out-hit them, but...
Walking the farm, huh? Another 1-2 pitch to Ziegler. Long pause by Flynn, and he kicks and fires. Jay-Z hits one in the air to right. Jennings drifting back, and he makes the catch at the front of the track. Frost will come down to the line and score. Sac fly for Jalen Ziegler. Iowa on the board in the third. It's 4-1 Illini.
Well, it's a good start. You got the first hit, first run, so on the board and moving. Now you get the top of the order with just 1 out. Start the party again.
Back to the top for Schulte. Flied out to Jennings on a well-hit ball.
And let's not sell Ziegler's at bat short there. That was pretty good. He fell behind and fought off a couple good pitches, and Cooper takes that at the top of the zone for a strike. And then had a productive out. Got the ball elevated and drove in the run.
No balls in the strike. The pitch to Schulte. Down and out. That was pitch number 40 for Flynn in 2+, 2 1/3.
10-8 now in East Lansing as UCLA scored 6 in the top of the 7th.
So that would be a home run, don't you think?
Yeah.
A couple runners on.
As quickly as that happened, yes. Swing and a miss from Schulte. It's 1-2.
But they're not out of the woods yet.
And Northwestern now with 3 more in the bottom of the second. It's 4-1. Kind of a must-win for Indiana if they want to make the Big Ten tournament.
Man, oh man. Ball and 2 strikes on Schulte. The pitch. Cooper hits high to left center. I think the ballpark might hold this one. It's drifting as Groves makes the catch in the middle of the track, one of the deeper parts of the park in left center. Just got under it. Coop just missed it.
Yeah, 102 off the bat, but launched a little too high, especially going that direction. You got a little help from the wind going that way, but he hits that ball to right center. It probably blows out. He hits it to left center, and there's just enough of a kind of a quartering wind that he didn't get full help.
And now we'll get to see Gable Mitchell. Bases clear and 2 outs. First pitch strike to him.
But that's 3 much better hit balls than Iowa has been able to do off Flynn in the first 2 innings. So.
Right. Bats were just okay at best the first 2 innings. Getting better now. Gable stabs one foul over to the left.
Because it's the same basic idea with Flynn as it is with Rundy. If he leaves that ball elevated, those are the ones you have to hit hard and punish. And Iowa at least getting some traction there and not just beating balls down into the turf.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Mitchell. Left versus left. The pitch. Half swing by Gable. Sends a chopper to short. Fielded by Nelson. Throw to first is in time. Good play by Nelson. Again, he's made a couple of nice plays this weekend.
Yeah, been really good at shortstop there.
Iowa gets 1 run on the sac fly from Jalen Ziegler. It scores Jackson Frost, who hit a leadoff triple. 4-1 is our score. We'll bring you the 4th after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Whether they roll the dough or pour the joe, bake the bread or grate instead, Your team goes the extra mile, and they deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. For plans that cover businesses of all sizes, Delta Dental customizes. With employer costs as low as $0, you can offer benefits and be a hero. Affordable coverage is a click away. Visit deltadentalia.com today.
Hey everyone, David Kahn here. It's time to play ball. The 2026 season is upon us, and the best way to get in the game is by listening to College Sports Now's official baseball podcast, Dugouts, Dumbbells, and Dingers. Each week, we'll have exclusive interviews with players and coaches that take you inside the locker room as we unpack the top stories of teams all across the country. We're delivering our best fastball, so step into the batter's box and tee us up. Available wherever you podcast on the College Sports Now feed or on YouTube. Just search Dugouts, Dumbbells, and Dingers.
University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihc.org. Logan Rundy back out to handle the top of the fourth inning for the Hawkeyes.
Number 35, Will Johannes.
After Illinois gets the first 4 runs on a 3-run home run and a solo shot, Iowa gets the response in the bottom of the third. Important to get one back, show some offensive life. 4-1 here, top of the fourth. First pitch from Rundy's line to Frost, knocks it down at his feet, fires across the diamond, gets Johannes at first. 1 pitch, 1 out, top of the fourth inning. J.R. Nelson now comes to the plate, the 9-hitter. Hit by a pitch back in the second.
Now batting shortstop, number 31, J.R. Nelson.
Was left stranded on base. Rundy winds and deals. First pitch is across for a strike. Good fastball there. It's 0-1. Nelson, 222 on the season. The pitch, outside fastball, 1-1. Been really solid defensively for the Illini this weekend. Looking all the way around. That's across for a strike. It's now 1-2. Just 5 errors on the season from Nelson, fielding .970 out there at shortstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rundy misses down low. 2-2. I have to go back and check the stats. Nelson feels like he gets a lot of pitches in his at-bats. He gets his money's worth. Kind of a Gable Mitchell sort of idea. 2-2. Outside corner. Just missed. Rundy thought he had it. John Leo thought he had it. But the account goes full. It's now 3-2. Coach Sutherland telling umpire Oakes that maybe he didn't get it. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Rundy. Up and in, ball 4. There's something weird going on there. Max Burt was twirling his right hand around as well. Not sure if there was a communication issue or what the problem there was, but another free base to Nelson.
Number 29, center fielder Nick Groves.
And we'll flip it to the top here for Groves. I don't know what was up with that. The sign just had to come back into Max?
Well, yeah, because Rundy didn't step off, so I'm not sure what happened.
Groves thought about bunting. Rundy about took the back foot off of him. Groves is 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a ground out. We'd take that ground out to Schulte, wouldn't we? Slow spinner. That crossed the zone at 73.
Groves has grounded into 4 double plays, so leadoff hitter you think's got maybe a little bit more speed, but since he does hit ground balls, he leaves himself open to that.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Rundy pitches low. That was pitch number 60 for Logan as he works the 4th. 4-1 Illinois. 2-1 pitch outside.
Okay.
Logan has gone 4 innings in each of his last 2 starts. Be nice to get him through that today as well. Got some work to do here on Groves, 3-1. Pickoff move to first base. Groves has more walks than strikeouts. This is a really tough batter to strike out. 24 and 173 at bats. 3-1 from Rundy. Outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the open, just how a day like today,
Second baseman, number 3, Michael.
Free bases can really come back to bite you today.
That'll do it for Logan. Coach Heller making his way to the mound.
Yeah, Coach Heller doesn't come out to chat.
Door will
very often.
Yes. Door opening up down the right field line. We'll introduce the new Iowa pitcher when we come back from this pitching change break. As Logan Rundy walks off, a nice ovation from this crowd on Senior Day. Final time that Logan will have pitched at Banks. Cole Moore is the new Iowa pitcher. We'll let you know more about Cole when we come back after this pitching change break on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Go for the big Honda savings at your local Honda dealer. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Go for the most Car and Driver 10 Best Awards with 98 trophies. And KBB.com's Best Value and Performance brand. Search your local Honda dealer today. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Iowa's new pitcher is Cole Moore. John will give you his stats after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball.
Cole's 3-0 on the season in his 15 appearances with a 5.09 ERA, 17 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 8 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting .219 against him. Threw an inning against Illinois State, got in against Indiana, didn't record an out, was fantastic in the midweek against Western Illinois. Had some trouble against Maryland in the weekend before that. Had a couple good outings. One good outing against Bradley. One not so good outing against Bradley. Pitched really well against UCLA. So it's kind of been a mixed bag with Cole. And so important here for him to lock this down. At 4-1, you feel like you can come back. You just need to get out of this inning. So command the fastball. It'll be around 90. He'll throw a cutter. He'll throw a slider and a change as well.
All right, runners at first and second and 1 out for Farina, who cranked a home run his last time up. 4-1 Illinois in the 4th. How about a ground ball here, Cole? Moore's first pitch, high on the hands. Farina with 13 doubles and 4 home runs on the year. Iowa's got him shifted over to the pull side. Both infield and outfield. The 1-0 from Moore. High, ball 2. A lot of room in right center with Risley shading over towards the left side of the field. Strohmeyer in right, playing in his typical spot. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch from Moore. Low. A little bit of work to do here for Cole. 3-0 with 1 out. More sets and fires. On the outside edge for a strike at 3-1.
The 3-0 strike zone expansion plan.
We'll take that.
Helpful this time for Iowa. See if Cole can take advantage of being in the count still.
Checking on the runner at second, now pitching the 3-1. Hit in the air down the left field line. It will angle foul. Ziegler sprinting over. That was probably ball 4, don't you think?
Oh, God.
Oh, I had you.
Probably. It was in on the fist. That was actually the ball that I think it was Putty that had the single on. It was a good pitch right on the inside part of the plate. Umpire Oakes has been a little more inconsistent on the inside part of the plate.
Moore's back in the count, the 3-2. Popped him up. This is on the infield. Infield fly is in effect. Cooper Schulte at shortstop. He makes the catch. Great job by Cole Moore to come back and get out number 2.
Huge job from the freshman there to get an out after falling behind 3-0. Gets the important second out of the inning. Now you're not out of the woods yet, but you're a step closer.
And Ziebig will come up now. First and second and 2 outs. Moore brings it home. Strike 1, outside edge. Great spot from Cole.
Yeah, you can probably live there pretty well.
See if he can work the bottom of the zone a little bit better against Ziebig now. Moore ready, the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Caleb Wolf has got this one. He'll take it over to first base for the 3rd out. Nicely done by Cole Moore. He strands a couple of runners out on the base paths, and Illinois cannot score. It's 4-1. Illini with the lead. Bottom of the 4th coming up. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep. You're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks, plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at HawkeyeAccount.com.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
Bottom of the 4th inning in Iowa City, Illinois 4 and Iowa 1. Risley, Wolf, and Burt due up. Iowa hanging around. Down by 3.
Buckeyes looking for the sweep in Lincoln. It's 4-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Ohio State over Nebraska.
How do we feel about that? We're going to get a very upset Nebraska next weekend if that score holds.
We are, and as Coach Heller said, they're a different team in Lincoln as opposed to on the road. But
there's a lot going on there because Ohio State, we're tied with them in the Big Ten standings.
Yes, but I'm not going to lie. I had a good time last night on the Twitter meltdown. So
did you?
There was some fun sharing tweets with you and Sammy B on the Nebraska fan base's entertainment value with the 2 games this weekend.
1-1 pitch to Risley is a called strike, very inside corner. You know, I'm teaching my dad how to use Twitter a little bit. You know my dad pretty well, John. That's quite an adventure to see how he reacts to the Twitterverse a little bit. And so we had some fun with that. Here's Risley tapping one foul over to the left. I didn't guide him to the Nebraska side of things yesterday, but they are a lot of regional talks over there hosting. In fact, some ticket plans coming out as well.
That was part of the fun, too.
1-2 to Risley. Swing and a miss. Chased a fastball out of the zone. Miles is out number 1.
And I'm not going to hunt Nebraska. It's just because I end up looking at so much college baseball, it filters into my feed. And so
that's a good distinction, John.
Yes, it's not. I'm not hunting for it.
We're not obsessed with the fan base over there.
It filters in, and it when something happens like yesterday, then it becomes enjoyable to go track and follow.
Caleb Wolf takes a strike.
Because I'm fairly quick with the mute and block button. I don't have a whole lot of time to be. I like dialogue. I don't like just complete idiocy from any fan base.
Wolf sends a ground ball to third. Shupman makes a diving stop, throws it to first, and he got Caleb. Tip your cap. That's a great play by Shupman down the line at third.
That was phenomenal. Got up quickly. Didn't try to do too much. Used the turf to his advantage, and Wolfie just couldn't quite get there.
You gonna be one of those days?
But you and I talked about it earlier. It felt like it there for a minute. So see if Iowa can turn the tide.
Max Burt is up. First pitch missed somewhere.
Man, for all the pitches that I didn't think have been strikes, that one I sure thought was.
That was a breaking ball that must have stayed up.
Sure, go with that.
Outside and low with the fastball to Max at 2-0 now. Need to get to this Illinois bullpen. Flynn is at 55 pitches as Burt got under the 2-0 pitch. Groves battling the sun in center. It's tough for him. He drops down to his knees and makes the catch. Woo! Tricky.
No hits, no errors, no one left.
But we're through 4 in Iowa City. 4-1, Illinois with the lead. We're back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Top of the 5th inning in Iowa City. It's 4-1 Illinois. John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Banks. One more chance to see Iowa play here at Banks. Supposed to play St. Thomas on Tuesday. Some rainy conditions keeping an eye on. Today, gorgeous day. Sun-splashed skies. A couple clouds out there, but that's all. You could get by with a t-shirt and shorts today, no problem. Work on your tan. As we move on to the 5th, and Illinois leads it 4-1. Illini coming to the plate, 4, 5, and 6. Putty, Shupman, Jennings. Cole Moore pitching for Iowa. Came in to get a big 2 outs as he deals a strike at the bottom of the zone. The 0-1, high and out. Logan Rundy started the game for Iowa. He went 3 1/3, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs. Had 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Moore, the freshman right-hander from the middle of the rubber, pitches the 1-1 on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Illinois at 9-14 in the Big Ten. Desperately need this one today. 1-2 pitch from Moore is a good slider, low and out, but not chased after by Putty. Illinois will wrap up the season with a game against Bradley on Tuesday and then host Northwestern and go to Indiana. Fastball down and out. Full count. Big pitch coming here for Cole with Shupman on deck and then Jennings. 3-2, here it comes. Fouled back. Top of the screen, coming back into the field of play. Scores from around the league in the Big Ten. Michigan State leading UCLA 11-9 in the top of the 8th. UCLA with a runner at 3rd and 1 out there, trying to come all the way back. Another payoff pitch from Moore. Here it comes. Fouled back again. This one cleared the protective screen straight back. Michigan up 5-3 on Maryland. The Wolverines have already won that series. Ohio State 5-0 over Nebraska, bottom of the 4th. Man, oh man. Northwestern up, doubling up Indiana 6-3. This is hit on the ground to 3rd. Frost scoops it off the carpet, throws it on a line over to Wolf. 1 down. Took the scenic route to get Putty, but the freshman first baseman bounces out to Frost. Penn State already beat Minnesota 4-3, so the Nittany Lions escape without being swept. Later on today, USC will look to sweep Rutgers as Oregon will look to do the same in Seattle against Washington. Purdue is out of conference this weekend, up 6-3 on Murray State, the league leader of the Missouri Valley. Kyle Shupman, the batter for Illinois. 2 for 2, a couple of singles for him today. Cole can't find the strike zone on the first 2 pitches. Iowa down 4-1 in the 5th. (2-0) from Moore. There's a strike, low inside corner. John and I soaking up our final few moments in this Dwayne Banks Field press box. Renovation coming after the season. As much as we talk about the press box, much better viewing experience for the fans next year too. Shupman out in front and pulled it foul over to the left. The stadium seating will be much better than it is now. I mean, we've got stairs here without railings. It's kind of hard to walk up and down the stairs. Not a lot of leg room here at Banks. Looking forward to that next season. Next pitch to Moore, from Moore to Shupman. Is hit back foul. UCLA down by 2 at Michigan State in the series finale with a couple runners on and 1 out. The only reason we keep a close eye on that, we're really paying attention to Michigan State below us in the standings. Next pitch from Moore, inside, just about hit Shupman. He turned away at the final moment. Moore had a full count on Putty, and he got him to ground out to 3rd. We'll see what he does with the full count pitch to Shupman. Here it is. He walked him. He flew open and whipped it outside of the right-handed hitter.
Now batting right fielder number
And a one-out walk in front of Colin Jennings. Got to watch out here. Jennings with a 3-run home run to open today's scoring. That was in the second. He struck out in the third. Iowa trying to hang around in this game, down 4-1 in the fifth. Moore pitches a slider outside. That slipped out of the hand. Cole's a fierce competitor. Look to get back in the zone on Jennings. Powerful left-handed hitter. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. That should build the confidence for Cole, 1-1. Runner at first and 1 out. Moore's 1-1. Outside corner, called a strike. Good spot. And Cole's worked back to get in front here of Jennings. From the belt, Moore brings it home. Strike 3 called. He struck him out. Back-to-back pitches on the outside corner. Jennings strolls back to the dugout. He's out number 2. Cole got him looking.
Designated hitter number 19, Daniel Contreras.
Moore is up against Contreras now, right versus right. Fastball snapped it low at 87. Still the runner at first base in 2 outs. Moore comes set. Quick check of the runner at first. The 1-0 pitch hit in the air, right side. Wolf jogging over. He'll pull up as that one is foul. Just beyond the Iowa dugout. Iowa will have Wood, Strohmeyer, and Frost due up when we get to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa down by 3 right now. Ball and a strike. The pitch is low and out in the dirt. Burt does a great job to knock that down with the backhand. Shupman, the runner at first, he was dancing around back and forth at first base. Two balls and a strike now. Cole has the sign that he likes. The pitch. Line drive into center. Risley on the run. Miles backtracking. He reaches up and he tracked it down and made the nice catch on the sprint. The 1-out walk does not hurt Cole Moore. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa down by 3. It's 4-1. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Despite the unshakable Iowa-Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on. Getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. It's 4-1 Illinois as we move along to the bottom of the 5th. Mitch Wood will lead off this inning for the black and gold, and he'll be followed by Kellen Strohmeyer and Jason Frost. Pleasure to have you along with us. The season winding down. It's been a great journey that's gone by very quickly this season. Boy, I think back, it feels like just yesterday we were getting ready for that game against Kansas State to start the season, and how quickly it flies by. It's been a great pleasure of mine and ours, myself and John Evans, to have you along with us each and every game on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We appreciate the support greatly. John and I, we tell a lot of people this. As much as we love broadcasting, we love doing it for Coach Heller and his program. It really sets the standard for our quality and what we're looking to execute on the broadcast here. As much as we would like to make sure that we call a good game that we're proud of, it stems from doing a good job to match Coach Heller's reputation in the program that he's built. Here's Mitch Wood swinging and missing as Aiden Flynn continues to pitch for Illinois. So we thank Coach Heller for his support of a radio broadcast that we can tell is very supported by the Iowa fans. Families from across the country. Ball and 2 strikes on Wood. He grounded out to short his first time up. A little bit late on the fastball from Flynn. He reached back for a couple extra miles an hour on that pitch, and Wood fouled it off over the Iowa dugout. Iowa with just one hit today. It was a triple from Frost in the third. He is in the hole. We'll see him in this inning. 1-2 pitch. Wood tapped foul off his foot right down the line to third. Mitch against the left-handed pitcher. Why Mitch is the DH today. The 1-2. Wood hits on the ground to third. Shupman is ready for this. He's got it, and he'll throw out Mitch for the first out. Flynn's been really good for Illinois. 4 1/3 now. 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. He does have 2 strikeouts. Facing 15 batters and throwing 61 pitches. Illinois has nobody throwing in its bullpen. So they'll stick with Flynn for a while here, the Sunday starter. Both teams went TBD for today's game when the rotations were announced in the middle of the week. 0-1 to Kellen Strohmeyer, hit off the end of the bat into shallow center. Groves coming forward, he makes the catch. A brief stumble by Groves, but he's able to figure it out there and track it down, 2 down. Here comes Jackson Frost. The base is clear and 2 outs for the Iceman. Triple to start the third for Frost. We'll see how he does against Flynn this time. First pitch slider came in the back door for strike 1. Quick moving game. Nearly 5 complete. The 0-1 to Frost, down and out. Ball on the strike, the pitch. Frost out in front, 1-2. Jackson batting 187 this season. 75 at bats for Frost. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Over the top of the fastball. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Flynn and the Illini. Iowa goes down quietly. 5 complete in Iowa City. 4-1. Illinois holds on to the lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Whether they roll the dough or pour the joe, bake the bread or greet instead, your team goes the extra mile, and they deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. For plans that cover businesses of all sizes, Delta Dental customizes. With employer costs as low as $0, you can offer benefits and be a hero. Affordable coverage is a click away. Visit deltadentalia.com today.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
For all things college baseball, including live games and talk, tune in to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
All right, moving right along in this one. The game is going by quickly here. We're in the sixth. Illinois leading 4-1. They come to the plate 8-9-1. Will Johannes to lead it off.
Yeah, I didn't spend much time with Scott there. Didn't feel like.
What'd you learn today down there?
Oh, we kind of did the same thing you and I talk about. We broke down the Big Ten tournament. We broke down could a 5, 6, or 7 seed kind of play their way into the field, not the Big Ten field, the NCAA tournament field.
Strike one to Johannes. 0-1. Good start for Cole Moore on the mound for Iowa.
Gave him the secret insight into Cole Moore.
Okay. Right versus right. The 0-1 tapped foul. The Illinois dugout. What do you think? You think let's see, a 5 and 6 will probably be Purdue and Michigan?
Michigan and Purdue are fringy right now, and so, I think if those teams were to obviously win their way through, and then if they could find a way to win on Friday.
Johannes chases a high fastball from Cole. Another strikeout for Moore. Good start to the sixth.
If they could find a way to win on Friday, then absolutely, I think that would guarantee it for a team like Michigan. They'd get in, and that would give Purdue kind of that win to hold on and hold up in front of a committee. And as we were talking about before, down in the dugout before the game, a 7-seeded Iowa, that could be the type of thing that could get Iowa there.
Iowa has not been in a single conversation pretty much all year about regional talk. And now, as the 1-0 from Moore is outside. Ooh, called a strike.
Outside for a strike.
Yeah, 1-1.
Scott and I were also talking about the strike zone a little bit. It's just been very generous on the edges, which benefits Flynn incredibly.
Yes. Ball and a strike on J.R. Nelson. And the pitch. Off the end of the bat to the Iowa on-deck circle. He does not have an official at bat today. Hit by pitch and a walk. Anyways, what I was saying, it really hadn't been in any conversation for a regional or an at-large bid. And now Iowa, you can do some math starting today. You got to win today and win a lot more down the stretch. 1-2 is high.
Well, because today is from an RPI standpoint only, not from any other standpoint. From an RPI standpoint, a loss today is devastating.
Puts us back at like 80, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a killer. You lose to Nebraska or Purdue once, at a neutral site and on the road. Misses outside, full count. Those are livable. But because of the way the system works, a loss at home to a loss to a team with an RPI around 90, it's just so incredibly bad, overweighted bad.
And Moore walks the 9-hitter Nelson. Having a hard time pitching to him today.
God, all weekend, hasn't it? I mean, I feel like he's been a tough out all weekend. A couple fielder's choices.
Yes, you're exactly right. I haven't asked Coach Heller about his thoughts on the RPI system, at least not officially on the pregame show. Otherwise, we'd never get out of the pregame show.
Probably true. It's kind of the joke we had the other day that you guys could. There's 2 questions you could ask Rick and Dan Hartlib and probably fill 30 minutes. But yeah, if Iowa could find a way to come back today, that's the big one, because you can pretty much end any conversation if you can't figure out how to get today for strike one there at the bottom of the zone. But otherwise, then at least there's still the things you can control, because you can still go get wins. As we mentioned, there's only one Big Ten team that's a problem from an RPI perspective that'll be in that 12. Washington's RPI is not very good, and so even neutral site might be a small problem if you had to play them. But if
so we just hope we don't have to play them if
right,
they make it.
Yeah, you just hope they're in a different pod, and now if you think the RPI is representative of who they are, you want them in your pod. You want to play them and beat them, so you get through a little easier.
Ball and a strike on Nick Groves. Here's the next pitch from Cole outside. Groves bats from the left side. I've seen a lot of pitches away from left-handed hitters today. I'm sure that's part of the plan because of the wind blowing out to right. Got to be careful. Now Moore got Jennings, the 6-hitter, the power hitter, looking over there. So Cole can do it. He can hit that spot. The 2-1 is too far out. A little bit high, too, 3-1.
Yeah, and after he got well ahead of Nelson, then kind of the same thing. Started nibbling edges and hasn't been able to find the edge.
Iowa down 4-1 in the 6th on a really nice Sunday afternoon in Iowa City. Runner taking off for second. The pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second, a little bit late and to the left of the bag. And so Nelson with the stolen base. Count is 3-2.
We talked about that. Not something Illinois has done a ton of. Their double steal actually involved these two guys yesterday. Didn't work.
1 out, runner at second. Full count pitch to Groves from Iowa's freshman right-hander. The pitch hit in the air, left side. Jackson Frost moving over near the half wall. He runs out of room. Out of play. UCLA has tied the game.
Of course they have.
Yeah, they've scored 9 in the last couple of innings. 11-11 in the 9th in East Lansing. Michigan and Maryland tied at 5. Purdue and Murray State tied at 6. Purdue needs that one. 3-2. Pitch from Moore. Line foul into the netting. Purdue is actually the team that I saw most recently as the first 4 out of the NCAA tournament, even though they're ahead of Michigan in the Big Ten standings, which goes to your point about the RPI, John.
Yeah, they've kind of they're seeing kind of the same problem as Iowa had last year. The schedule hasn't been as difficult of the lineup of Big Ten teams.
Another payoff pitch from Moore. Outside, ball 4.
And so they've kind of gotten punished a little bit for that. And like today for them, it's a big game for them. It's 42. They win, they gain 21 RPI points, which moves them up 2 spots. But if they lose 41 spot or 42 points, which would drop them all the way down to about 60. Which
that number's not so good.
Yeah, now you're not fringy anymore.
Coach Heller making his way to the mound. He's going to go get Cole. Pretty good outing by Cole Moore.
Yeah, really did a nice job. Came into a tough spot. Got out of that. Got a clean inning. And now we're in a tough spot again.
New pitcher coming into the game for Iowa. We'll introduce him after this pitching change break. It's 4-1 Illinois in the 6th. Back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment. Knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Iowa's call to the bullpen is answered by Joe Husak. He will come into the game a little bit of a different spot for him, but with the game kind of hanging in the balance right now, it's important that Iowa goes to Joe to hold Illinois, a 4-1 lead for the Illini. Here comes Husak.
1-0 on the season in his 18 appearances with 3 saves. 25 innings, 20 hits, 15 runs have all been earned, 5 walks, 22 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .230 against him. Has given up some extra base hits, 10 on the season. But just as you mentioned, yesterday was a 1-2-3 ninth for the save. Right now is a 1 out in the 6th, but you got to get out of the 6th inning at 4-1 to give yourself a chance to win this baseball game.
Feel like this is the game right here. And especially with a good part of the order coming up for Illinois. I know Coach Heller, he told us yesterday he's always leery of throwing a guy out there for the second time of a weekend. At least he takes note of opponents that do that. Don't really have a choice here.
No, and because Joe was so good yesterday and efficient, you don't feel too bad. And he's been a closer. He's been asked to do this before.
And he faced this part of the order yesterday. So I guess these are the guys that have seen him. As Farina is in the box. First and second and 1 out. Husak's pitch is outside. Farina offering with a bunt, but he pulled it back.
I don't know how I feel about that. In some ways, I like it that it would be different guys seeing him for the first time. On the other hand, and we kind of talked about it yesterday, Farina had probably seen Maddox Freeze tons. So
we're about to find out. Husak's 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2.
UCLA has taken that lead now against Michigan State. It's 12-11. 10 of the last 11 runs in the game scored by UCLA as the #1 ranked Bruins have come storming back.
Finally found their offense again. They had gone cold for a while. 2-0 pitch from Husak, low and out, ball 3. What was it, 10-2, Michigan State?
10-2. We're kind of joking about run rule potential.
10-2 going to the 7th.
Yes.
Ooh.
6 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, and now 1 in the 9th to take the lead.
Husak has fallen well behind Farina, 3-0. Here's the next pitch from Joe, right down the middle with a strike.
And you kind of trust that UCLA probably has somebody left in the bullpen to come try to close it.
Seem like they always do. Northwestern on top of Indiana 6-3 despite committing 3 errors. 3-1 on Farina. Husak ready. And Joe kicks and fires. Line drive into left. Ziegler coming forward. He dives. He made the catch. We're going to have the Illini doubled up. Throw to second. Yes. Double play. What a defensive effort by Jay-Z. Had to have it, and he got it.
Joey Narrett's the left field wizard. Jay-Z says, I can do this too. Great catch. Game-saving catch right now as he makes the play. Doubles up the runner at second. Hawks still in this game at 4-1.
And maybe that's a little spark that the offense can use to get it back into this ball game. Down 4-1. We'll bring you the bottom of the 6th after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
If you love great Hawkeye stories, don't miss the Fight for Iowa podcast with Gary Dolphin. Each week, Dolph brings you in-depth conversations with the athletes, coaches, and community members who define the Hawkeye spirit. From big moments to personal journeys, it's the stories that make Iowa special. Catch new episodes every week. Search Fight for Iowa wherever you get your podcasts.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
At Exceptional Retirement Living and Health Services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Big defensive play by Jalen Ziegler to keep the Hawks in the game in the top of the 6th, and he will lead things off now for Iowa, down 4-1 against Illinois. The Hawkeyes looking to sweep the Fighting Illini with some work to do down the stretch in this one.
the PA system louder? The music and everything?
Everything's loud.
Feels like it's just there's extra oomph today.
Ziegler takes a first pitch ball from Flynn, who's still in the game for Illinois. Be nice to get him out. He has been very good. The freshman left-hander standing at 6'6", 1-0 pitch to Ziegler. Outside and high.
Yeah, this next pitch will be pitch 70, so.
Is that up there for him?
Not really. I mean, of the ones you can see, yes. That's kind of the most he's thrown.
2-0, Ziegler pulled back the bunt, watched the strike go by. That's fine, 2-1.
You know, he faced 27 batters in his last outing against Nebraska, so that's, he's been relatively smooth and efficient here, so he's been clean that way.
Left versus right, the 2-1. Ziegler hits off the end of the bat in the air to right. Jennings over towards the line. He's got it. Ziegler retired to start the 6th. Nice job by Flynn to get back into the count after falling behind 2-0 on Ziegler.
So UCLA got 2 in the top of the 9th. They lead 13-11.
Wow.
As they'll try to shut out Michigan State in the bottom of the 9th and keep that record at 24-0 in the Big Ten play.
I believe they go to Oregon next. That'll be fun.
That should be a great series.
And then finish up with Washington.
Oregon looking to sweep at Washington. That'll be later this afternoon.
I stayed up late last night and watched that Oregon-Washington game. Washington got out to a good start against Oregon yesterday, but Oregon came all the way back. Here's Cooper Schulte taking a strike up and in on the hands. 1-1. Here it's 4-1 Illinois, bottom of the 6th. The Illini scored 3 runs in the second and 1 in the third. Iowa got 1 back in the bottom of the third. Ball and a strike on Schulte. Third time for Cooper. He lines one sharply foul into the Iowa bullpen. It's 1-2.
Iowa just hasn't really even put any threats together. I'm not sure how many in a row he's up to now, but it's a bunch of Hawkeyes that he's retired in a row. 9, 10.
The 1-2. Schulte swings and misses. Make it 11.
I'd rather not. Actually, it's, 11, because Frost led off the third with the triple.
Yep.
And that was probably the last hard-hit ball as well.
Yeah.
Wolfie had one that he almost snuck by there on a well-positioned ground ball, but otherwise Iowa hasn't even really threatened many hits so far.
2 outs for Gable Mitchell. Sweeping pitch from Flynn drifted outside. Great crowd on hand again today. Just begging for something to cheer about, though. Had some good defensive plays. 1-0 to Gable. Low outside corner. It's 1-1. But offensively, just 1 hit for Iowa today.
And really, 1 walk? I mean, the free bases have been very limited. Guy hit 4 guys in his last outing. 3 in the outing before that.
Not giving Iowa much today. The 1-1. Swing and a miss by Mitchell. There are periods of times, a period of times here where Iowa hasn't had the best at-bats, but Flynn has been really good. I think that's the key takeaway that I'm going to go with.
Yeah, sometimes it's the other guy, too, that he's just been dealing.
1-2. Gable is hit by the pitch. Oh, we set that one up, didn't we?
I tried. I've been trying to speak something into existence. Anything to start a rally right now.
And it could be that. Iowa has been good with 2 outs this weekend. And here comes Risley. It's 4-1. Iowa's down by 3, but man, it feels like down by more than that, doesn't it?
Well, if you think about it, Friday night, it was 5-0. Iowa was ahead, and it felt like that was a million. And all of a sudden, 3-run home run, and it wasn't anymore. And it's got a little bit of that, where Iowa hasn't really shown anything, but with the wind blowing out, a free base and a well-struck pop fly to right center field, and Iowa's right back in this game.
Risley in the batter's box. He bunts one right back to Flynn, who picks it up, throws a fastball over to first for the 3rd out.
For the Hawkeyes, no runs, no hits.
All right.
No errors, 1 left on.
Through 6, Illinois has a 4-1 lead. We're back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep, you're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks. Plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at HawkeyeAccount.com.
New this spring, Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville has partnered with Red Garden Market for food and beverage operations. Let the Red Garden Market staff plan your next event at Brown Deer and create a memorable experience with fantastic food and service. Divots Bar and Grill opens May 1st. That'd have to be opened May 1st.
There you go. There we go.
Past tense with this read. With delicious entrees for those who golf and those who love a good meal with a view. Brown Deer Golf Club, meet your next neighborhood dining experience.
On to the 7th, Illinois 4-1. After some contemplation there, don't mind the idea to bunt there for Risley. Just didn't get it towards the line enough there as we ended the 6th.
Right. I mean, it's one of those things that's really easy to go, God, why in the world would you do that afterwards when it didn't work? But the fact is, his run, only matters in a small sense. So if he can get on base for Caleb Wolf, the left-hander with the wind blowing out, it's a pretty good play. That he just didn't execute the bunt. So the idea of a bunt was fine. The execution of the bunt was poor.
Sharp line drive over the bullpen, foul to right. It's 1-1 on Zebig, and even with the bunt from Risley that was just to the left of the mound, it was still a pretty close play at first.
Right, that's what I mean. That's why it's an okay play. He doesn't have to make a terrific bunt. He just had to get it away from the pitcher, and unfortunately didn't.
3, 4, and 5 facing Joe Husak. Zebig, the first man up.
It's 7-0 in Columbus now.
Wow.
Nebraska in some issue. Just 3 hits today.
Slider inside, 2-1 from Husak.
They have been held to their season low in hits in back-to-back games. Have 4.
Is the weather miserable there or what?
Hasn't been for Ohio State.
That's right. I set you up with that one, didn't I? John says with great joy. The 2-1 pitch outside, 3-1. Yeah, that Huskers are spiraling a bit. We'll be over there in Lincoln next weekend. 3 balls and a strike on Zebig. Husak goes out of the windup and pitches inside, ball 4. Iowa has walked 6 batters today.
So Putty's walk-up song's YMCA?
Seems random.
I don't recall that we've played so much stuff between pitches and batters.
Well, for the other team especially.
Correct.
Usually it's nothing for the other team. Leadoff walk to Zebig. Here's Putty. First pitch strike from Husak.
I know nothing about event management. Let's start with that sentence. My follow-up to that, though, would be the places that try the hardest to create an atmosphere. That's where it seems to struggle. Let the game and the fans create the atmosphere with just some extra stuff every now and again, not constant abuse of your senses.
Well, we've got the Seagulls back-to-back days for you, John. But you were in the middle of a thought today, so we didn't get the full reaction.
Shot it right out of my brain, though.
0-1 on Putty, the pitch from Husak. Right down the pipe for strike 2. Putty got caught leaning there. It's very uncomfortable.
I think he was ready for a little spinner away and didn't get that full action.
Leadoff walk to Ziebig. And now Putty in the box at 0-2. The pitch from Husak. Hit in the air to left. Ziegler coming forward. He dives for this one. Can't make the play, and it gets by him. Risley over to pick it up. And he'll get it in. Runners at second and third for Illinois, and nobody out.
Boy, as fantastic as the play was before, JZ got caught kind of two minds there. It was just a move on his glove side, and he circled it. And so whether the ball hooked and dove on him, I'm not sure, but it was clearly out to his glove side, and then he took kind of a circular map route to it, and the next thing you know, he can't make the play.
He came in and sprinted hard for the last play, the play that he did make. This one, I think you're right, John. He was either confused or not as sure, and didn't come in nearly as hard to make that play. And now the Hawks are in big trouble, 4-1 in the seventh. 2 in scoring position for Illinois and nobody out for Kyle Shupman, who has not been retired today.
And not that you don't have others in your bullpen that you trust, but Joe is kind of the guy, so he's your best bet to get out of this mess, and so.
Right versus right. Husak pitching to Shupman, swing and a miss. And a chase below the zone. Good start for Joe. Well, you really need a strikeout, and that's the best method here with the infield playing back. 4-1 Illinois, top 7. The 0-1. Outside corner for strike 2.
That's what I was kind of thinking about. You think about some bullpens past, and you're thinking, right, here's the guy we could go call on to get a strikeout. Iowa doesn't really have that guy this year. I mean, they've got guys you can trust to go get an out, but maybe not the strikeout that where he's just going to blow the guy away with stuff.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. He got Shupman, went right back to the spinner. Good pitch from Joe, and he strikes out the 5-hitter for the first out of the inning.
Now batting right fielder.
Or the Jack Young Frisbees that they just can't see and they swing through a lot. Oh, and that will bring Coach Heller to the top step. Thinking, maybe.
Gonna make the change, yep.
Brolin Frost maybe for the left-handed action.
Gotta be, I would think. Pitching change coming for Iowa. Runners at second and third and 1 out. And a change coming for the Hawkeyes. 4-1 Illinois in the seventh. We'll be back after this pitching change break. It's Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Iowa goes to the bullpen in the seventh, trailing Illinois 4-1. In comes Brolin Frost, left-handed freshman from Waterford, Wisconsin.
13 appearances on the year, 17 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 6 walks, 16 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting 177 against him. Pitched Friday, threw a good clean inning on Friday. And the Hawkeyes could use a good clean strikeout right here for the second out of the inning on the lefty-lefty matchup.
And that's what we heard from Coach before the game as he listed off all the pitchers that were available today. A lot of them would be totally matchup based, try to put them in the best position to get some outs here or there. This is left versus left, Frost versus Jennings. Jennings got things started for Illinois with a 3-run home run in the second. He struck out in the third and the fifth, one swinging, one looking.
Good response from Purdue after Murray State scored 3 in the top of the 6th to tie. Purdue with 4 in the bottom of the 6th and still batting, bases loaded, 2 outs, trying to extend the lead against the Racers.
All right.
UCLA did finish off Michigan State, made Michigan State's job now very difficult to make the Big Ten tournament.
Frost pitching to Jennings, low. Burt knocked it down. Iowa's infield shifted deep to the right. Third baseman Frost even with the bag. 1 ball, no strikes on Jennings. Left versus left with 2 in scoring position. The pitch outside, 2-0.
Maryland 3 outs away from closing out Michigan. 7-5, top of the 9th.
I know Maryland's got a long way to go yet, don't they?
Yeah, Maryland's hill is really, really big.
2-0. In there for a strike. Good pitch from Frost, inner third.
Probably more damaging to Michigan's at-large chances that we were talking about. Not devastating, but not a great look for them.
They let that one slip late. 2-1. Blooped up the middle. Schulte's there. He makes the catch right behind second base. No advancement by the runners. Nicely done by Frost. That was in on the hands.
Yeah, didn't get the strikeout, but good job after falling behind 2-0. Didn't give in. Worked the inner portion of the plate twice in a row. Was able to get a soft liner to Schulte. And again, you're not done. Need one more here.
Frost pitching to Contreras, left versus right. First pitch, outside. Coach Heller moving around in the dugout. I don't know how comfortable he feels left versus right here. I don't know if somebody else is ready in the bullpen. Stick with Brolin. Second and third and 2 outs. 1-0 pitch from Frost. Low, 2-0.
Yeah, another righty on deck as well.
Coach is making a move.
Yep, he's seen enough. Pure pitching matchup, you said. Now we're gonna use everybody and play games now.
All right, pitching change for Iowa. Hawks will be going to a right-hander.
Yeah, that part can be assured. Probably Bo Leisure, but we'll see.
All right, the door opens up. We'll introduce the new Iowa pitcher after this pitching change break. Another one coming in the 7th. But as we said, for the matchup purposes, runners at second and third. And 2 down for Illinois. We are back after this pitching change break in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Iowa makes a pitching change in the middle of the at-bat. Gannon Archer will be the new Hawkeye arm, right-handed senior from Adel. He's into the game with runners at second and third and 2 outs.
1-0 on the season in his 12 appearances, 10 innings, 11 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts. Inherits a 2-0 count from Frost. more importantly, he inherits the right-handed batter, and probably the right-handed batter on deck is why they made the move. As Iowa tries to stay in the game here, trailing by 3 in the top of the 7th.
Archer was good in a couple of big spots against Indiana last weekend. Gannon got the Hawks out of trouble in one inning and then closed the door on Indiana. And he will pitch to Contreras and start with a 2-0 count.
Yeah, he could be. We've seen him used a couple different ways. Midweek, he came in and just got the out and was then gone. This, I think you might see a little bit longer. Okay, through the 2 innings against Indiana. Wasn't hit a batter, walked a batter against Maryland in kind of the train wreck that happened on Sunday afternoon there. So
let's just get one out and we'll figure out the rest later, right?
Well, and that's really kind of where Iowa is right now. Is just kind of trying to just keep piecing things together.
2-0 is the count. Archer pitches a strike. 2-1.
You can't, if you're Iowa, you can't win the game this inning. You might find a way to lose it, though, if you're not careful. And so that's just trying to keep outs that matter later in the game.
Gannon ready, the 2-1. Line to Schulte, who caught it at short. Boy, that was a sinking liner to him. He had to hang with it, and he bounced his glove off the carpet as he made the catch.
Outs that matter. Iowa's still in this game. It hasn't been pretty, but they're hanging around.
Just one hit so far for Iowa. Time for the 7th inning stretch. We'll see how the offense attacks the Illini pitcher, who is out for another inning of work. We're back after this, 4-1, Illinois. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Here come the Hawkeyes.
And a Stockie racing to the basket, layup good.
Iowa Athletics is gearing up for another amazing season filled with exciting matchups and electrifying plays.
Working hard into the corner. Koch hits a 3.
Get your game face ready and come on out to cheer the Hawkeyes on all season long. Visit HawkeyeSports.com to find tickets, schedules, game times, and more on Iowa. Go Hawks.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Iowa!
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Caleb Wolf will lead off the bottom of the 7th. Iowa trails 4-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Iowa down by 3. And Aiden Flynn, who is twirling a gem for Illinois, he's back out for the 7th inning of work. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. He has struck out 4.
Yeah, just absolutely filled up the strike zone for the most part.
Left versus left. Wolf has a walk off of Flynn, the pitch. Caleb hits on the ground to first. Putty is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted.
Flynn is at 69% strikes. He's just absolutely loaded up the zone. So even though he's over 80 pitches, which might be a bigger number, been fairly stress-free. Iowa just left 2 runners on base. That's where Iowa hanging around. It's 4-1. Illinois has left 9 runners on base. Iowa's left 2.
How many times have we been on the flip side of this where, you know, Iowa has left a ton of runners on with a short lead and then had to try to close out a game. See if Iowa working from the other side of things today with just not much going on offensively.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about some of Iowa's struggles in the series in important spots. Illinois today 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position and 0 for 3 with a runner on third and less than 2 outs.
Max Burt, the batter. Bottom of the 7th, Iowa down 4-1. 1 run for Iowa came back in the 3rd. 1-1 pitch to Burt. Slider, called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch.
It's never a good sign when the umpire's getting called by name.
Here's the 1-2. Foul tip by Burt, back to the pad. I just wonder what Coach Sutherland has been saying to the guys before they come into the dugout in between each half inning.
You know, for the most part, I haven't felt like they were bad at bats. It's just, again, it's been Flynn has been good.
And that's why I wonder what he's been saying.
Right.
1-2. Burt chased, low and out. Good changeup.
Because there hasn't been a ton of that. Yeah. And even that's not bad. Again, a guy's going to throw a good pitch every now and again. Flynn struck out Risley, I remember, on a fastball out of the zone. But, you know, Iowa has been pretty good around there. Just haven't been able to consistently find a barrel.
We'll see a pinch hitter now, Matthew Delgado. He will bat for Mitch Wood. 2 outs and the pitch down and in.
Stay in the game and play DH.
Right. 4-1 Illinois, bottom of the 7th. We've been stuck here since the 3rd. 1-0. Down and in. Good take from Delgado.
I'm not going to lie, 4-1 was not the score I expected today with the wind all of a sudden blowing out on Sunday.
Usually you expect to see a lot of pitchers. I've only had to write down 1 Illinois pitcher today. It's this guy. Still in the game, the 2-0. Delgado swings and misses. Good cut from Matthew, but he comes up empty.
Yeah, there's a left-hander that's bored down there, standing on the rubber, chucking a ball, going, "Coach, I want to play."
Got a good reliever down there yet to use. 2-1. Delgado got under it and lifted it to right, where Jennings awaits. He makes the catch for the 3rd out, and 7 complete in Iowa City. 4-1 Illinois. We're back for the 8th after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Top of the 8th inning, Illinois 4, Iowa 1. John Evans and John Leo with you from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Great to have you along the broadcast today. Wish we had a little bit better news to report so far. Need some late inning magic. It'll start here with Gannon Archer holding Illinois as he'll face 8, 9, and 1. Just got to keep holding, and maybe the bats can come through for us down in the last couple of innings.
Well, yeah, that becomes the key is you just got to give yourself an opportunity. And Iowa's been able to find ways to get it done. Hasn't been pretty, but they've gotten there so far.
We're talking about Illinois' bullpen earlier. They've got Mommer down there. He's at least on their sheet their best pitcher, best reliever. He's got 3 starts and 14 appearances. I don't know if that's the guy that's loosening there.
I believe that is the guy now. It has been a left-hander that has been throwing now. It looks like it's Mommer that's getting more serious about it. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a switch here.
Will Johannes is the batter. Fouls one back to the screen. Ball and a strike. I'm not really sure I care who it is. It can be their bullpen ace. All respect to Aiden Flynn. I've seen enough of him.
I've completely seen enough of him, so I'd almost rather see the new guy.
Even if he's great. Here's the 1-1 from Archer. And that's outside, ball 2. Gannon let up on that delivery. You could see something different was coming there.
Well, in all honesty, how much better can he be than Flynn was?
That's right. It almost has to be worse.
So let's take the change just to see.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Archer threw it by at 86. It's exactly. We're on the right page there, Jack.
Yeah,
we're on the same page.
I'm willing to take a right-hander that kind of looks like what Iowa's seen many more times this year.
Archer winds and fires the 2-2. Johannes got under it and scooped it foul in the air over to the right.
Instead of a swoopy dealing left-hander that Iowa's had trouble with all game.
We haven't seen that delivery that Flynn has all year.
Right.
I can't think of a pitcher that we've seen, so not overly surprising, I guess, that it's given Iowa trouble today. Archer out of the windup, ready with the 2-2. Here it comes. Ground ball to short. Two-hopper to Schulte. He brings it in and throws out Johannes.
I mean, you look at Illinois. Hall's a junior. Flynn is a freshman. Hall was Friday night starter. Flynn's a freshman, the freshman that's pitched today. Remington's a junior that's hurt, so we won't see him. Mommer, who will likely see some point or another here today, is a sophomore. Ike Young, the really electric arm we saw Friday night's a freshman. So there are some young guys that they've tossed out to the rubber. That a lot of arm talent there.
J.R. Nelson, the batter for Illinois. Hawks have not retired him today. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Archer out of the windup, brings it home. Missed outside, 1-1. Yeah, there's certainly some talent for Illinois, and offensively for them, I mean, they've used the same guys all weekend. Not much variety in their starting lineup. 1-1 pitch. That's a high strike call, 1-2. Gannon Archer on the mound for Iowa. He is another one of the seniors. Started his career at Kirkwood, been in the program for 3 years now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Archer ready, he pitches. Ground ball, sharply hit foul past first base.
Interesting thing about Illinois' hitting lineup, though, four seniors, 4 juniors, and then a freshman. So they're going to have to replace some talent there, because like you said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the guys that have started 40 or more of the 45 games.
Another ground ball up the middle. Schulte dives to knock it down, pops up, throws to first in time to get Nelson.
We got Nelson out.
That should be a win in its own, right? To that point, John, about Illinois' lineup, the point that we can kind of merge together there is they don't have anybody with experience other than these batters that they've been lobbing out there pretty much every game this year. I mean, there's no underclassmen that have really broken through for them. So it will be a very different looking Illinois position player core next year.
Yeah, 100%. So you'll see, and a little bit like Iowa, you'll see some replacements in the field. Swing and a miss there from Groves. So you'll see a replacement in the field, and you might see a lot of the same arms. Where Iowa had to replace all the arms this year, but kept a lot of the position players around.
Archer doing a nice job in the 8th. We'll see if he can get the 3rd out. The 0-1 pitch to Groves. Ground ball, right side of the infield. Mitchell picks this off the turf and throws it over to Wolf for the 3rd out. Nicely done by Gannon Archer. He works a 1-2-3-8 with 3 ground balls. Very well done for Arch. And now we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Iowa's offense with just 1 hit today. It's 4-1 Illinois. Looks like a new pitcher coming in for Illinois. Thank goodness. All right, we'll introduce him after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep, you're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks. Plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at HawkeyeAccount.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Iowa City, 4-1. Illinois with the lead in the finale. Iowa looking to come back and sweep Illinois. Need a comeback effort here, down by 3. New pitcher into the game for Illinois. This is a welcome sight to see Flynn out of the game. Sam Mommer, right-handed sophomore from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, is into the game for Illinois.
The funny thing is, you say welcome sight, but we end up going to the top of their ERA chart. Mommer is 14 appearances. He's 3-1 with a 2.05 ERA, 30 2/3, 22 hits, 11 runs, just 7 earned, 14 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting 200 against him. And to win the game, Iowa's going to have to do something that hasn't happened against Mommer all year. The most runs he's given up in any outing is 2. Now, I take that back. Most earned runs is 2. Purdue did get him for 6. Those were his 4 unearned runs.
Wow. Really kicked it around. Kellen Strohmeyer gets the first look at him, and a great changeup. Whoa, that's a strike. Kellen watched it go by.
Yeah, fastball is just going to be upper 80s, but he's going to throw a curveball in the 60s, and then a slider and a changeup as well.
0-1 pitch. Strohmeyer got a piece of it and fouled it back.
And the curveball is, the curveball is like Gannon Archer. It's the big loopy. He's coming 12-6, the old school thing, instead of the slider sweeper we see now.
Kellen down in the count, 0-2. The next pitch. Foul tip into the glove. Strikes out. That was the curveball.
That was 67. And if he fills up the strike zone with those 3 pitches, you're going to have a problem.
Here comes Jackson Frost. Base is empty and 1 out. Aiden Flynn, the freshman starter for Illinois, he went 7 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, throwing 91 pitches. Jackson Frost in the box now for Iowa. He has Iowa's lone hit, a triple back in the 3rd.
That's exactly what I was just thinking was, I guess he's the guy.
1-0 pitch. Frost hits on the ground to 3rd, foul. Of variety in the pitches from Mommer.
Well, anytime a guy fills up the zone with multiple pitches, he's going to be tough to hit. And we saw that from Flynn. Now we've seen it in a batter and a half from Mommer.
Off speed across for a strike, 1-2. Top of the zone.
I think that was the changeup.
Yep.
Funky delivery.
1-2 to Frost. Line drive over to the right. That's foul towards the Jacobson building. He's pretty violent with his motion. The arm comes through quickly, but the ball comes out slow.
Well, all of a sudden that one was 92, so 25-mile-an-hour range on your pitches.
That's tough. 1-2 to Frost. High and out. Whew. Count all even now, 2-2. Mommer out of the windup. The right-hander brings it home. Frost hits in the air to right, angling foul out of play, and we'll do it again. Bottom of the 8th, 4-1. Iowa trailing Illinois in the conference finale At home, the 2-2. Frost hits in the air, deep to right. Jennings going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone. Frost with a solo shot to right. Iowa halves the deficit now, 4-2.
I'd like to pinch hit for Jalen Ziegler with Jackson Frost.
Can we do that? That's good. All right. Jackson has both of Iowa's hits today, triple and a home run.
96 off the bat, 384 off the right field wall. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know that I could be happier for anybody in the dugout right now. For a guy that's scuffled all year, to kind of get forced into the lineup yesterday and to come through in a big way yesterday and today.
We will see a pitch hitter for Jalen Ziegler. This is Joey Narrett. Ooh, he's almost hit by the pitch. That was a turf ball at his toes. 4-2 now, Iowa within a pair. Bottom of the 8th and one out. Bases clear for Narrett, the 1-0. High and out, called a strike.
Michigan with 3 in the top of the 9th. Now lead Maryland 8-7.
That's a killer.
Ohio State 10-1 over Nebraska.
Wow. Ball and a strike on Narrett. The pitch from Mommer. Half swing from Joey, and he popped it foul over the Illinois dugout.
2 feels a lot better than 3.
Yeah.
Because now you need a walk, a hit batter, and then a good hit.
Yep.
As opposed to 3 feels like a real rally.
You got to really string some things together, which has not happened today.
Exactly. 2 feels like you can kind of limp your way to that.
1-2 pitch to Narrett. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on the curveball.
Oops.
2 down. Mr. Johannes thought that was 3. He rolled the ball back to the mound. He popped up, headed to the dugout. There's a little chuckle there.
He was all ready to shake everybody's hand. The third baseman standing there going, hey, wait, I'm supposed to toss this rock around.
66-mile-an-hour curveball. That's just a really tough pitch to hit. And again, the delivery looks the same. The arm speed coming through looks the same. Here's Cooper Schulte. Down and away. That's a ball. Haven't seen a pitch like that this year either.
No, we're filling bingo cards here. 66, 67 on back-to-back pitches.
2 outs for Schulte. The 1-0 is low.
We've occasionally seen that when we've seen a D3 team come to town.
Right.
You get into the later innings and you get into their deeper into their bullpen, and you see some guys that maybe don't throw as hard. The off-speed stuff is slower.
Bombers 2-0 is right down the middle for a strike. 4-2, bottom of the 8th. Iowa down by 2.
But you look around the Big Ten, a lot of comebacks in late innings so far.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Schulte. Cooper ripped it foul down the left field line. He was out in front. 2-2. Going to be a good part of the order. It's going to be the veterans that you've leaned on a lot this season.
Yeah, if you're going to make a comeback, this is the group that you're going to have get it done.
Mommer winds and fires the 2-2 to Schulte in the dirt. 66 miles an hour.
Just incredible.
Wow.
And to your point, there's no slowing down the arm to get it to come out different. It's in grip and effectiveness that way.
Full count. We'll see if Schulte can get on. The pitch. High chopper hit to second. Farina gloves it. Throw on the run to first gets Schulte. And that'll do it for the Hawkeye 8th. A solo home run for Jackson Frost. Brings Iowa closer, but that's all for now. 4-2 Illinois. The 9th inning coming up after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Whether they roll the dough or pour the joe, bake the bread or greet instead, your team goes the extra mile, and they deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. For plans that cover businesses of all sizes, Delta Dental customizes. With employer costs as low as $0, you can offer benefits and be a hero. Affordable coverage is a click away. Visit deltadentalia.com today.
Hey everyone, David Kahn here. It's time to play ball. The 2026 season is upon us, and the best way to get in the game is by listening to College Sports Now's official baseball podcast, Dugouts, Dumbbells, and Dingers. Each week, we'll have exclusive interviews with players and coaches that take you inside the locker room as we unpack the top stories of teams all across the country. We're delivering our best fastball, so step into the batter's box and tee us up. Available wherever you podcast on the College Sports Now feed or on YouTube. Just search Dugouts, Dumbbells, and Dingers.
On to the ninth in the Big Ten home finale for the Hawkeyes, trailing Illinois 4-2. Iowa's been playing some good baseball down the stretch here. And need a bit of a comeback effort now, down by 2 as we get into the ninth. Archer ready to pitch to 2, 3, and 4 for Illinois. Starts with a hold if we want the comeback.
Yep, it's we've been saying that. We've been saying that, unfortunately, since the 4th inning. But it's Iowa pitching staff needs to throw up one more 0. Give themselves a really good opportunity to come back in the bottom of the ninth.
Archer versus Farina, right versus right. Gannon out of the windup, delivers a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good start for Arch. Gannon sent down Illinois in order in the 8th. He's retired 6 in a row, 5 in a row for Archer. The 0-1 pitch, drifted outside, had a little spin to it, 1-1. Anything intrigue you from around the league right now? We've already covered Ohio State blasting Nebraska, Michigan coming back on Maryland.
Purdue strike there, now 1-2. Purdue answered Murray State's field goal with a touchdown in the bottom of the 6th, and then they got matching extra points in the 7th, so it's 14-7.
That scratched the football itch for me a little bit.
There you go. Northwestern 7-3 over Indiana. Boy, a must-win game for Indiana.
Check swing by Farina. He did not go, and the count's 2-2
now. USC trying to just go ahead and put Rutgers on a bus early. 3-0, bottom of the 1st inning. Nobody out, still 2 runners on.
That's a heck of a trip for Rutgers.
Washington got 2 in the bottom of the 1st, but Oregon's loaded up the bases in the top of the 2nd.
Archer's 2-2 is bounced to Schulte at shortstop. Cooper will throw it on the run over to Wolf. 1 down in the Illini 9th.
So a lot of the results that haven't gone Iowa's way this week, going a little bit better. Iowa, if they don't come back, will fall a game behind Ohio State, so they'll fall to 8th place.
Man, and who would have thought that, really?
No, was not expecting an Ohio State sweep. But boy, Nebraska's up to 5 hits though, so they've improved their output for the weekend.
Archer pitching to Zebig. There's a strike right down the pipe.
Purdue again gets another run, so they're looking to put that away. Might even run rule, I guess, with 2 more.
0-1 is just outside.
Yeah, USC now bases loaded. They're going to see how quickly they can get to run rule territory.
Yeah. Ball and a strike on Zebig. Archer winds and fires. Here it comes. Just off the plate outside. Burt couldn't bring that one back in enough to coax Cody Oakes behind the plate. The 2-1 pitch is inside, and it hit Zebig. It nicked off of his elbow guard. He'll take his base.
I'm still going to file my petition for put fewer elbow guards on people and see if they're willing to stick them to take those pitches.
Right. Pinch runner for him will be Braden Mazzacano, who was a pitcher for Illinois. Two-way player, so he'll go run. Max Burt to the mound. He's talking with Archer. Coach Heller, Coach Sutherland, Coach Obermueller having a conversation in the dugout. This might be it for Archer.
Pitch running, number 6, Braden Mazzacano.
Coach Heller talking down to the bullpen. We'll see if he sticks with Archer or makes a change. And looks like Coach will make a change here. As Coach Heller is on his way to the mound. Really good outing by Gannon Archer in his final game at Banks. Responsible for the runner at first, but he worked out of a major jam in the 7th. He set down Illinois in order in the 8th and has recorded 1 out in the 9th. And he will leave the game to a nice ovation as the Hawkeyes will bring in a new pitcher in the 9th. Runner at first for Illinois and a 4-2 Illini lead. Back after this pitching change break, this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Iowa turns to Jaron Bleeker out of its bullpen to try to get the last 2 outs of the 9th. Illinois leading 4-2. Welcome back to the mound, Bleeker.
Sorry, I got distracted by Jukebox Hero.
You're all good.
5-4 on the season for Jaron in his 14 appearances. 46 2/3, actually 48 2/3. 62 hits, 35 runs, 33 earned, 13 walks, 43 strikeouts. The first time he's been called upon, though, to twice in a weekend. So 2 innings on yesterday. And then right back at it today. So a big ask from Jaron to get through. If you heard Coach Heller in the pregame interview with you, I know you heard him. If everybody else heard him, for Iowa to make a run really through the rest of the season or to make a run in the Big Ten tournament, it's going to be guys that have to do things that they haven't been asked to do through the year already. And so big spot here for Jaron to be asked to come back out and get outs on back-to-back days and keep Iowa in this game here in the top of the 9th inning.
Bleeker will face A.J. Putty now. Putty has a couple of hits. He doubled his last time up. Zebig, the runner at first base for Illinois.
Mazzucano.
You're right. Yes, good call. Good catch. Pinch runner for the Illini at first. 1 out in the 9th. Bleeker's pitch is a strike at the bottom of the zone. Good start for Jaron on Putty.
Mazzucano in very limited action has stolen 2 bases, so.
Bleeker from the stretch, ready with the 0-1. Here it comes, outside.
I was just, sorry, I would cut you off there. Just 4 hits on the season, but he has 2 triples. So I'm going to assume there's a little bit of speed there.
Mm-hmm. 1 out in the Illini 9th. 4-2 Illinois. Bleeker trying to hold. Pickoff move to first. Iowa keeping a close eye on that runner over there.
Buckeyes 3 outs away from the sweep as they head to the top of the 9th, 10-1.
Wow.
Maryland threatening in the bottom of the 9th, trying to come back after Michigan came back.
Bleeker's 1-1 pitch is sharply rifled over the protective net to the right. It's 1-2. I'd take a comeback at Banks.
That'd be great.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Iowa will have 2, 3, and 4. Mitchell, Risley, and Wolf up when we get to the bottom of the ninth. Next pitch from Bleeker, up and in. Ball 2. That's a great 2-strike pitch because it's either going to be called strike 3 or you raise that level enough and maybe set things up for something different now. Jaron comes set from the belt, ready with the 2-2 pitch. Deep breath, and he kicks and fires. Slider down and out. And Putty did not chase. Full count now.
Yeah, you hit the setup perfectly of what he was trying to do. Just, you mentioned it every once in a while, held on to it a bit long, just pulled it as he was trying to find that outer part.
3-2 hit on the ground, through into right for a base hit. First and third now for Illinois. They had the hit and run on. And Mitchell vacated second. And it's a base hit for Putty.
Now batting third baseman, number 32, Kyle.
We just got done talking about a 2-run deficit feels much better than 3. Can't afford to give that run back in the ninth.
Shepman ground ball to short, and we'll just call this good.
Bleeker ready, and he pitches. Shupman turns away from a pitch that was headed right towards his core.
That was homing right in on him, too.
He's been on 3 times today. And Bleeker balked. Oh, man. That'll bring in a run. Second base umpire Matthew Anderson was all over it.
So was the Illinois dugout. So I was looking down trying to find some stats, but must have been fairly obvious because obviously nobody in the Iowa dugout's complaining either. The worst part of that is it takes away your double play opportunity.
1-0 pitch is struck well to center. Risley drifting back. Miles has this one. 2 down as the runner will tag from second to third now.
I guess your good news is he would have scored anyway on that, although you wouldn't have a runner on third right now. So now Jaron needs to buckle down and make sure it stays at 5-2.
38, right fielder Colin Jennings.
Coach Heller on his way to the mound. He's making a change.
I haven't played yet, Coach.
New pitcher coming in for Iowa with 2 outs in the ninth. 1 run back for Illinois. It's 5-2. The Illini with a 3-run lead. And we'll take another pitching change break and be back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Go for the big Honda savings at your local Honda dealer. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Go for the most Car and Driver 10 Best Awards with 98 trophies. And KBB.com's Best Value and Performance brand. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Justin Hackett comes into the game for Iowa. A 5-2 Illinois lead with 2 outs and a runner at third. Hackett will look to get the final out of the ninth.
14 appearances, he's 0-1 with a save, 19 and a third innings, 22 hits, 18 runs have all been earned, 15 walks, 23 strikeouts. Giving up a lot of loud hits, 14 extra base hits of the 22. Iowa just needs one out here. Get into the dugout, trailing 5-2, and give yourself a chance.
Jennings is the batter, home run hitter for Illinois. He's got one today.
Michigan held off the Maryland threat. They get the sweep, come from behind, win it 8-7, moved to 15-9 now in conference. That pretty much eliminates Maryland from the tournament conversation.
They weren't part of your 13, were they?
No, they were not. Ohio State beats Nebraska 10-1, completes the sweep there as well.
Man.
Ohio State moves to 24-21, 13-11 in conference. Nebraska falls to 17-7, and all those conversations about, well, if you took the West Coast teams out, we'd be running away with it, probably just evaporated.
See ya.
Purdue close to finishing out Murray State. Northwestern still holding on, 7-3 over Indiana. USC got 4 in the bottom of the first, 4-0 there.
All right, here we go. Hackett ready to pitch to Jennings. And here's a bunt down the third base line. Hackett moving over there to touch it foul.
That's a super heady play from the power hitter. Iowa has the massive shift on. Frost in the middle of nowhere on that island by himself.
That was a great bunt, too.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how Riz just needed to miss the pitcher a little bit. Jennings didn't have to be quite so precise as he painted the line. And unfortunately for him, just a couple inches on the foul side of the line.
Hackett towing the rubber for Iowa. No balls and one strike. And the pitch. Ground ball right side, and it's through into the outfield for a base hit. Jennings with an RBI single, beating the shift. Gable was pulled over to the right side. And Jennings sent it just to the right of second base. And it's 6-2.
Yeah, I'm not sure Gable could have got into the right, or would have been in the right spot there, even if he's playing a more standard straight-up spot.
And now Contreras is up. Hackett deals low. Boy, we didn't like a 3-run deficit. 4 is real tough.
4 is pretty gross, really. When you have 2 hits, 4 is extremely gross.
Runner at first and 2 outs. The 1-0 from Hackett is high. Runner taking off late to second. Throw down. Got him. Burt threw it down to Mitchell for the 3rd out.
Looks like we're going to get a review.
Illinois wants to challenge. We'll keep it here. That was a late steal by Jennings, and still a pretty close play at second.
Yeah, good snap tag there from Mitchell. Great throw from Birdie. Jennings is 9 for 9 on the year, so see if he moves to 10 for 10 or if the out stands. And
he made up some ground on that after a pretty bad jump. I think you and I get a pretty good read at guys going to steal second base. We can see it.
Well, he's 6'5". He chews up ground pretty quick.
Yep. So we've got a review taking place down the first base line. Iowa's next game is scheduled for Tuesday. Fan Appreciation Night at Banks. 6 o'clock against St. Thomas. And then we'll finish up with our final 6 games away from home. 3 at Nebraska, no midweek the following week because you go Thursday, Friday, Saturday against Purdue and Des Moines.
Yeah, you move everything up, and then obviously you'll move everything up even bigger than when you move to the Big Ten tournament, as Iowa will not be one of those teams that are waiting around for Friday to see who they play.
Format, pretty simple. You play Tuesday, you play Wednesday. If you lose either of those games, you play Thursday.
basically.
If you win both your games, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, you get Thursday off. Seeds 5 through 12 go through a double elimination bracket.
Yeah, where the team that loses twice is punted.
Yes.
Voted.
We'll see how it. I haven't seen a bracket like this before play out, but there's no way it can be worse than last year.
Well, and that's what Scott and I were talking about when I joined him over there. You know, it's a. I was telling you, we played a completely meaningless game where we started at 9:30, 9:45.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And nobody cared about the game. It didn't matter, and so we were kind of joking about who might have been listening to us at that time, and because it only mattered that we beat Rutgers, not Indiana. So now at least the games all matter.
And the tricky thing too, had Iowa needed that win against Indiana last year for RPI purposes, would have had to throw one of their true starters.
Yeah, had to think about it differently, and in the end, Iowa, might have.
Yeah, right.
I mean, because losing that game, and I think the RPI last year was far enough down with some of the midweek troubles last year, but.
Long replay here in the top of the ninth. We were zipping through this game.
Well, and that should bear well for Iowa. That would mean they're having a hard time finding a view to overturn it, which would mean you'd stay with the call on the field. Yeah, I mean, even accounting for Iowa's 5-run rally in the bottom of the ninth, we were looking to be able to be done in under 3 hours. Now we're going to push that.
Now I'm worried about Kyle making puck drop. All right, here we go. Oh, umpire comes out sprinting. Runner is out at second. Call stands.
Not been a good week for challenges.
No. All right, 2 runs, though, across for Illinois. They build on their lead. We'll bring you the bottom of the ninth after this. It's 6-2. Illinois need a big comeback. We're back in 60 seconds on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Bottom of the ninth inning in Iowa City. Last chance for the Hawkeyes, down by 4. It's the largest, matching the largest deficit of the day after trailing 4-0 heading to the bottom of the third. Iowa inched closer after the 8th inning with a 4-2 deficit, but just gave up 2 more runs. About the last thing you could afford there was to give up any more. Iowa's pitching had done a really nice job all day holding Illinois after 4 early runs. But here we go, bottom of the ninth. 6-2 Illinois. Gable Mitchell will lead it off. It'll be 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, Iowa played with a lot of fire in some of those spots. Illinois finally came through in runners in scoring position, tough spot.
Strike 1 to Gable from Mommer, who is pitching for Illinois. Flynn, the freshman left-hander, he got the start and went 7 innings, giving up 1 hit and 1 run. Mommer worked the 8th and is working the 9th. Next pitch to Gable, right back up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop, Nelson. He throws out Gable for out number 1.
How the heck did it miss him?
I have no idea. That went right between his legs and high. That was in a scary spot for the male audience.
How the heck did that not hit him? That ball hits him anywhere, and, wow, we've also seen deflections right to first base, so I guess I can't go all the way to that, but that's probably a base hit if it just hits him.
And goes anywhere.
Instead, it squirrels through him, where the shortstop's playing Mitchell perfectly.
1 ball, no strikes on Miles Risley with 1 out. He takes up and away, ball 2.
I mean, that wasn't even full matrix move out of the way. That went through him.
I was surprised to see it poke through the other side. The 2-0 to Risley. Inside corner, 2-1. This has been a cap tip day for Illinois. Their pitching has been plenty good. Hawkeyes just couldn't quite figure it out today. 2-1 to Risley. Miles sends one back into the screen, 2-2.
Snap that little kid around pretty quick.
Yep. Right next to the garbage bin on the top of the ramp as you come up the hill to find your seat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mommer's pitch to Risley is hit on the ground, fouled. Right to Coach Pearson, third base coach's box.
E.
Not too many of those from Coach. Another 2-2 to Risley. Outside, ball 3, good hang. Count is full on Miles with Caleb Wolf on deck. And the pitch, swing and a miss.
The games go fast when you don't have many base runners.
Yeah. It's been a tough day. 2 hits for Iowa today, both coming from Jackson Frost, the 8-hitter. And now Caleb Wolf comes up as Iowa's last chance.
Yeah, I'm thrilled Jackson has 2 hits. I'd like other guys to have more. Innie also.
Yes. Mommer throws one in the dirt for ball 1. We're back on Tuesday night. Scheduled game against St. Thomas, 6 o'clock. Final game at Banks.
I'll be interested to see if Coach Sutherland, if it's a full cap tip to the Illinois pitching staff or if there was something that he wanted guys to do that maybe they didn't accomplish as well.
Yeah.
Combination of the two, perhaps.
2 balls, no strikes on Wolf with 2 outs, bases empty. He turns away from a pitch up and in. Iowa in jeopardy of falling to 28-18 and 12-12 in the Big Ten. Going to be a game back of Ohio State after the Buckeyes swept Nebraska this weekend. There's a strike to Wolf.
Yeah, still didn't see that one coming. It's one of those, if you'd offered Iowa 2 of 3 this weekend, though, you'd have taken it.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, kind of like the Maryland series, you don't necessarily love the way this ended.
And a ground ball is hit to second. Backhand stop by Farina. He throws to first. It's in time to get Caleb Wolf. And that'll do it. Ball game is over. Illinois 6, Iowa 2 in the finale. The Illini desperation mode. They salvage something from this series and avoid the sweep this afternoon. We'll be back after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep, you're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks, plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at HawkeyeAccount.com.
Illinois 6-2 today over the Hawkeyes as the teams are exchanging fist bumps before retiring to their respective dugouts today. John, I'll let you go first in the post-game show. Illinois wins this one.
Well, I'll let Marty say something different if he wants to, but let's just go full cap tip to Aiden Flynn, the freshman. 7 innings, 1 hit. He was outstanding. Mixed pitches in the zone for the most part. Really kept Iowa hitters off balance and didn't give up any real solid contact other than the Frost triple that led to Iowa's run that he gave up. So good job from him. And then Mommer jumps right back in. Only gives up solid contact to Jackson Frost on the home run. What a mix of pitches he had from 66 to 92.
And I think for Illinois, that's the type of performance that we had maybe been expecting a little bit more consistently for them this season or recently, where that's probably a better performance, what they've been more accustomed to expecting, and maybe we're worried about seeing.
Yeah, and, I know Coach Hellard mentioned, when you never know, but, Illinois didn't exactly hit the cover off the ball today either, especially with the wind blowing out. It was just
their power guy hit the home run. They got on base enough around.
They did. Flynn did exactly what you're supposed to do when your team gives you an early lead. He pounded the edges of the zone. He stayed out of the middle of the plate. We had kind of a friendly, pushy, squishy zone on the outside part of the plate, and he was accurate enough to be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and it's what we saw from Maddox yesterday, right? We got the early lead, and then Maddox was all in the zone for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you play and what you do, and especially on a Sunday when you're worried about what's going on, that's how you close it out.
Illinois was 6 runs, 9 hits, and 9 left on. Iowa 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. Neither team committed an error today. Not typically what you'd expect on a Sunday game, but that felt more like a Friday game, didn't it?
That really did, and don't be surprised when you see Flynn on Friday next year.
Yeah, really. We wondered why they were TBD for the game today, because Flynn was the no-brainer, no doubt the best pitcher that we saw from Illinois. Maybe they were worried about using him sooner.
Well, and Iowa does a little bit of that too, where if you don't announce a Sunday guy, Coach Heller is hesitant to announce a Sunday guy, and so as we were TBD, makes it pretty easy for Illinois to go that way, even if they know who they're going with. We did that a couple times last year. We knew exactly who we were going with pretty much every game.
Flynn gets the win. Rundy gets the loss. Mommer the save for Illinois today as the Illini win it 6-2. We'll be back to talk with Coach Sutherland after this on the Hawkeye Radio Network from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Illinois takes the finale today 6-2 over Iowa. The Hawkeyes still win the series, pick up their first series win over Illinois since 2019, but a tough loss on Sunday afternoon. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, I'll turn it over to you on this one.
Yeah, I mean, just a disappointing day, offensively, but certainly you got to tip your hat. He statistically is their best pitcher. He's a freshman, but he certainly doesn't, he doesn't appear to be that way with the way he goes about his business, right? I thought really the first 3 innings, I didn't think our at-bats were too bad. I thought we had some loud outs. Coop just misses one that almost, goes out. He lines out the first, his first at-bat of the game. Gable lines out the next time. So there were some things that were decent, and then after that it was just we just didn't have good at-bats. And certainly he had a lot to do with that, just command of the strike zone. I mean, it was strike one, strike two. I felt like we were 0-2, 1-2 pretty much the whole time. We didn't get – that was, I think, our second three-ball count was Miles in the ninth. What disappointed me the most is I thought the pattern was exactly the same there for 12 straight hitters. He's just flipping off speed in there early, really off-speed heavy, and then just a fastball to keep you honest. And I didn't think we did a very good job at all of trying to make him change. And that's what you have to do. Somebody has to go up there and bang one of those and get him in the stretch and then get him to change the pattern. And we just didn't. And therefore, he got in his rocking chair and probably set down probably 14, 15 out of 16. I don't know what it was. But, but again, he did a really good job. 3 pitches in the zone. And, again, we weren't in good counts very often. And so that's kind of the thud of the day. You only have 2 hits. They're both Jake's. And, in a quality at-bat standpoint, if we had 30 at-bats today, we probably maybe had 10, and it's just not going to get it done.
John and I had talked about this, not coming from a critical standpoint, but when you go talk to the guys before they come into the dugout to go hit, is there anything that you can share on what your messaging is to them as they're coming into the dugout?
Some of it is just what I'm seeing. Exactly that is like, hey, the patterns, this is soft early. Okay. We got to get elevated soft. Hey, our at-bats are really good. You just got to keep leaning on them. And there's times where you're trying to get in them a little bit and see if you can fire them up. I just, it wasn't bad energy. I didn't think we had the same energy, which is disappointing. And certainly we just couldn't get anything going. There wasn't a lot to cheer about offensively. So that's part of it. When the guy's just kind of mowing you down the way he was, that can happen. But, I credit to our pitchers. It was a little rough there early. They put up a bunch of zeros to give us a shot, and it felt a little bit like Florida Atlantic. It felt a little bit about like Oregon State, Lindenwood. When you're really tight in these games, and we just could not muster anything. I mean, I don't know that we had a leadoff guy on that. Maybe one, Caleb maybe led off with a walk.
Yes.
1 inning, and we just couldn't get it going. So that was disappointing. So you were going to have to hit him, and certainly we didn't do that. But the pitching, Cole comes in, does a really good job. Joe comes in a tight spot, gets out of it. Brolin gets a big out. Gannon comes in and gets out of that inning. Unfortunately, we give up the 2 in the ninth. If it's a 4-2 game, that's a different feel going into the bottom of the ninth. But those 2 extra runs were really big, and that, kind of takes the wind out of your sails when you're not just 2 runs. It's a runner and a bomb, on a day the wind's blowing out. But, you have to get more traffic when you're down 4. So just one of those things. You got to take it as, hey, it was a good weekend overall. It's just you feel crappy when you lose a Sunday. It's just the way it is, especially in the way we did where, you felt like you got dominated a little bit. And that's not a good feeling if you'd have fought your butts off and it just didn't go your way. It's one thing, but you just kind of feel like you didn't throw your best punch. But that's not to take away anything from their guys. They're in their backs are against the wall. They really needed this win. And their kid on the mound, the freshman, just did an awesome job. Just total command of himself and control of the moment. And when you look at some of our younger guys, that's just where we're just not quite there yet. We have guys that are capable of doing everything that guy just did to us, but we just need to keep making progress and again, controlling the moment. You're in control of it out there, and that's what he showed. Just a ton of poise for a young guy, which is just a special thing to see out there. That's not fun to know that he's probably going to be around for a couple more years. You're going to have to deal with him.
We suspect we'll see him on Fridays next year, maybe not on Sundays.
Well, and the other freshman that came in on Friday, I mean, they got some guys that have good stuff. But listen, so do we.
Yep.
It's just about continuing to get better and 9 to 12 months from now, you just never know what it's going to look like.
Sure.
We talk about it all the time. The best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores. So we got plenty of those guys that will be a lot better as they continue to get out there.
Before we let you go, Coach, on the flip side of that, great senior class, and then a final note about the crowd today as well. If you could
I'll start with the crowd. Just another great crowd. Just felt bummed that we didn't give them much to get up and active about. If we a couple runners going there in the ninth and they can get loud, it just bums you out that we never quite got to that point. But that's the way it goes. But man, that's the thing about being a Hawkeye is you get great support, and they'll be here. We're obviously a little bit at the mercy of the weather, and that didn't help us all that much this year. It's about the only weekend that it felt like we got 2 out of 3 that were nice, but man, they showed up and showed out, just really special. It's really weird when you talk about a recruiting class because, I've been talking to Gable Mitchell for 8 years. I started talking to him when he's a freshman, and so it's just, man, what a lot of time that's passed, but how quickly it passes, and you just kind of look out there at that group, and it just kind of takes you aback. You're like, man, this stuff goes really fast. And for me and Rick probably the same way. We had so many relationships with their fathers prior to this. We knew Brian, as a coach at City High and a former player here, and Troy, our academic advisor, and Justin Schulte, who I've known for probably 25 years since I played. He was coaching against me, and so to be able to coach their kids is pretty special. But man, you look out there and you're just like, holy cow, how is this where we're at? But like you said, special group, come to work, man. They work and they try to get better every single day, and it doesn't always mean you're going to get the results you want or even it goes exactly the way you want it for them personally. But all you can ask them for is to be great human beings, to be great teammates. And put in the work, and they've all done that. And so it's pretty special when you kind of look out there and they're grouped together. But the ride's not over. There can be a couple cool chapters to write here, and you got 7 regular season games left, and a big midweek game Tuesday, and then obviously going over to a really good environment at Nebraska and a rival, and looks like they tripped up, so I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
Oh yeah.
But what else can you ask for? You go over and play in front of 6,000-7,000 people that are all against you, man, and it's a time to be together and just go fight, and we'll do that, and hopefully we have a midweek game that we get right, get back going, offensively the way we have been, and then we get rolling over there and finish off the conference schedule with Nebraska and Purdue.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good job by
Thanks.
you and Coach Heller leading that senior class.
Thanks, John.
Associate head coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Banks. We've got highlights from this one. Let's hear them now. Jackson Frost in the box. He hits one high and deep to left center field. Outfielders are on the run, and it is off the top of the wall. Coming back into the field of play, Frost is digging for 3. It's a leadoff triple for Jackson. Another 1-2 pitch to Ziegler. Long pause by Flynn, and he kicks and fires. Jay-Z hits one in the air to right. Jennings drifting back, and he makes the catch at the front of the track. Frost will come down to the line and score. Sac fly for Jalen Ziegler. Iowa on the board in the third. It's 4-1 Illini. Moore's back in the count. The 3-2. Popped him up. This is on the infield. Infield fly is in effect. Cooper Schulte at shortstop. He makes the catch. Great job by Cole Moore to come back and get out number 2.
Huge job from the freshman there to get an out after falling behind 3-0. Gets the important second out of the inning. Now you're not out of the woods yet, but you're a step closer.
And Joe kicks and fires. Line drive into left. Ziegler coming forward. He dives. He made the catch. We're going to have the Illini doubled up. Throw to second. Yes, double play. What a defensive effort by Jay-Z. Had to have it, and he got it. At home, the 2-2. Frost hits in the air deep to right. Jennings going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone. Frost with a solo shot to right. Iowa halves the deficit now, 4-2. But the Hawkeyes could not mount the comeback, and Illinois takes the finale 6-2. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The Hawkeyes win the weekend and get ready for a midweek game on Tuesday against St. Thomas. Our next broadcast at 5:30 on the Hawkeye Radio Network. That's when our pregame show will begin. 6 o'clock first pitch against the Tommies. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball this weekend. For my producer down the line, Michael Tackett. Excellent job as always, Michael. Thank you for the great job that you do each and every game. My color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo saying so long from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com/VIP for details. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.